Can you guys hear us now? It'll
How about now?
test, test,
Now.
test. It'll be a
And
few
then we
seconds away.
have to wait for Twitch lag.
How did that do that?
That's interesting.
Still nothing as far as I can tell.
I'm showing that audio is coming through on the mixer now.
Oh, there.
Okay.
Now I
Yeah.
could hear
I
Liz.
just-
Okay.
Woo! Okay, we're gonna
Sorry, folks.
Yep.
yeah, technical difficulties. So, welcome to another episode of Cold Suns, a sci-fi convergence. We are joined again by our lovely cast of players. Before we, well, actually, you know what? I think that we can really quickly get started. Make sure keep an eye on the chat and enter the giveaway. Type in the word exclamation point warehouse to enter for one, a chance to win a PDF copy of the Expanse RPG provided graciously by our friends over at Green Ronin. And two, we have something pretty exciting to announce. To celebrate some of our recent successes at the end of including surpassing 50 subscribers on Twitch a couple of weeks ago, we will be giving away a combo pack. So for anyone who enters a giveaway between now and the end of the Cold Suns arc in 1 or 2 weeks, we will be entering you to win a copy of the Expanse core book, a copy of the Expanse Game Masters kit, which basically gives you a bunch of information for running the game, as well as a small adventure. You're going to be getting a copy of the Modern Age core book and also the Modern Age companion book, which has a lot of extra variant rules for the Modern Age setting. So, and the nice thing is, because it's all the age system, the rules are pretty much interchangeable. So be sure to enter down below, and if you enter today, it will automatically enter you for that drawing in a few weeks. And thank you to our friends over at Green Ronin for all of the download codes.
Yeah, they're amazing.
Yeah, been really awesome to work with. So I think really quickly before we get started, let's go around the table and do any announcements. Let's do clockwise. Let's start over with Alexis.
Hi, folks. That's me. I'm Alexis. You can find me at Fox Fanato. We have some exciting stuff happening here at Dice Priori. Dragon Heister Season 1 wrapped up last week, and in its stead right now we have a spooky two-shot Call of Cthulhu game that part 1 was last night, part 2 will be next week, but starting on November 12th, we will be running a new series GM'd by me, and it will be Firefly RPG called Tales in the Verse. There's an open casting call out right now, so go to find that on our Discord and circulating on the Twitter sphere. So if you are interested, go ahead and give the casting call a look over, see if it's something that sparks your intrigue and your fancy, and go ahead and submit an application. That will start in 2 weeks. Just under 2 weeks. So get your applications in soon. Casting will be happening quickly.
It's exciting.
That's me. That's it. It's a lot, but that's it.
Matthew?
Hey, folks, it's me. It's Matthew Foreman. My big announcement: a Big Boy season is coming back. Part 2, whatever you want to call it, it is coming back as we continue in the Underdark, and they finish their affairs of the Underdark and perhaps journey towards the Eye of the Allfather. Big Boy season coming back November 8th, 9:30 p.m. Central. All of our players are down. We're all ready to go. It's going to be great. We'll run for about 8 to 10 more episodes, then take maybe a couple week break, and then come back. It'll be a lot shorter break than next time around. So yeah, get ready. And Ghost in the Machine returns at some point next month, and we're gonna be doing a lot of exciting new things with that show. And get ready. Get ready. That's it.
All right. Sean?
No announcements. Happy to be back. I don't have anything really to talk about unless everyone wants to see my sad attempt at a background. It doesn't work for me. But otherwise, I'm all good. Ready to go.
You are the void, Sean. All right. Rob, you got anything for us?
Yeah, so Rob at Pyromancer 804 on Twitter and all that. I don't post all that much, but you can follow me anyways for fun. Um, with Ghost and Machine coming back, we catch up on our podcast, which is out on Anchor. You'll see the link down below in our little badge things. If you click on the Anchor one, it'll take you right through it, and you can get caught up on the episodes before we start up next month. And there's some really cool stuff coming up. I'm really excited to play again.
Me too. Last but not least, Elizabeth.
So make sure that you go down below and join us on all of our social medias and our Discord because we talk about a bunch of stuff. And when our little box comes back with all the things that we're partners with and affiliates, you can buy our merch, which is amazing. And most of it is, or all of it, I think all of it's designed by Alexis. And our affiliates over at Dice Envy, I have to talk about them for a second. They are actually doing a your favorite DM or GM giveaway right now. I think it's $100 giveaway for their dice, or for any of their merchandise. But to a DM or GM that is put to their giveaway by you. So if you have a favorite and you think that your DM or GM can use more dice, or you have a dice goblin in your life, go fill out their survey for that giveaway. It looks really cool. It's a great way to honor the people that you admire and do so much work for you. And remember to tell them thank you and let them remind them that they're special and that you appreciate them. So that's all
Cool.
I've got.
You reminded me. I was so excited about all the PDFs that we were giving away as part of that as part of the giveaway. Is we were also giving away a set of dice from Dice Envy, inspired by the theme of space. Since we've been doing so much space stuff lately, it is a set of their Nebula dice. The color doesn't really show through on this camera, but it's this like cool pink and blue and purple with sparklies in it. Super cool. That's also part of our giveaway.
Nice.
So, yeah. All right, guys. Well, if there's no further ado, we will go into the intro video and then we will get right to the episode. Let's do it. Woo! All right, welcome back. So let us recap what happened on last week's episode of Cold Suns, and then we will get right to it. Hopefully that music is at an okay level for everyone. So, last week on Cold Suns, our group of intrepid adventurers, after getting a lead from their friends at the Knockstad Police Department, decided to travel into mechanist territory to explore the apartment of a Mr. Durzo Rod. However, as they pulled out of the police department, they noticed that they were being followed. I would say, short-lived chase ensued, in which, using their guile and the abilities that have been afforded to them, they were able to play a game of cat and mouse, where they themselves were able to track down their would-be pursuers. They followed those would-be pursuers into the eastern side of town, which is an industrial area where a brief but intense conflict erupted, and at the end they proved to be victorious. Taking one of the lone survivors of that conflict, they then traveled to their original destination of an apartment in the towering and crowded apartment complex known as Plum Tree, where using their various sets of skills, they were able to make ingress into an apartment unnoticed, where they proceeded to interrogate and get several leads from this unwilling adversary. Sensing that their next mission, which will take them to a location that is known as the warehouse, might be a little bit more than they can handle, they decided to seek respite in a local brothel known as the Power Fist, frequented by many mechanists. There, after engorging themselves on an endless supply of biscuits and gravy and fried chicken, they are centering themselves for the evening in preparation for the activity ahead. Freelancers, what are you doing? You have all evening. Not all at once.
Not it.
So how late in the evening is it? Or is it?
I would say it's actually pretty early afternoon. It would be it was about 6 p.m. local time when you arrived. You know that Knockstad has a 30-hour day, but it's about 6 p.m. local time.
So I wouldn't mind making a second attempt to find a surveillance drone.
Okay. Sure thing. So I would say the first thing that you would do is you can pull out your hand terminal and basically look around and see if there's any places that would sell it. I would say you could use an intelligence test, or if you want to go out and basically ask around the local flavor where a good place to buy one would be, you're free to do that as well.
Given my inclinations, I think the intelligence test probably makes more sense. So that is a stunt, but it's only well, it's 14, so it depends on what I needed.
Oh, that's more than enough. So
And unfortunately, it's a 6 on the stunt die. Would this count as an infiltration stunt?
No, infiltration. More like more like exploration.
Okay.
You couldn't be so lucky.
Well, I'm not gonna spend it all. Then I'll just use Speed Demon to speed up my time in finding it.
Got it. So you immediately are able to find several, basically the local form of Craigslist postings for a variety of different drones. These are run-of-the-mill surveillance drones, so you know that they're pretty compact, probably the size of a large dinner plate. And you can see there are several in various forms of, like, some are brand new, sealed in the box, and some have seen several years of usage. So you basically can try to take your run-of-the-mill at whichever one you want to purchase.
What's the best one I can find?
You find one that it is small, it is nimble, it has a 10-mile range. If you were wanting to control it from your hand terminal, it would be a target number of 14.
Okay, I will attempt to go for that one. I'll add all 3 of my temporary.
Alrighty.
to the roll, and so that's just 3 plus income, correct? Plus a 3.
Yep.
All right. That was a terrible roll, and I failed.
Man, what'd you get?
11.
11. Okay. I would say that if you reached out to anyone like who could help you, somebody else could help put in some money if you really want this drone.
Nope, I'm good. It was an attempt. I'm all right.
So just confounded. You're
This is
like
the second time.
the
So close.
the source is telling you that you shouldn't have a drone.
Clearly.
Okay. Basically, you find that your money is tied up in interstellar, like basically some interstellar things like, oh, it'll take 10 business days for it to transfer to your account. And you're just like, all right, I don't have time for this. Okay.
You know, I never thought about it. Can you spend fortune on this roll?
I would say that you could, yeah. I'll allow you to, since you're basically actively making a check.
Do I get to know what the target number is, or do I just spend blindly?
It was 14.
So I'll spend the 3 then.
Excellent.
I'll force this to happen.
Wonderful. So, make sure you mark off those fortune points because you don't
Yep.
reset the full overnight, if that makes
I
sense.
got it. Yep.
Cool. So you're just like, you know what?
Stubborn.
You go in hard and you lowball one of the guys and you basically do the buy it now kind of a thing. You're like, you know what? I'll give you this much right now. You don't have to worry about the bidding price, and they agree. So I would say after about 30 minutes, it's funny, that drone is ferried to your location by another drone.
Makes sense. That checks out.
So one just kind of appears in your mailbox after about 45 minutes.
The mailbox being the brothel's mailbox.
Yeah, like they basically have one for the room. Like room deliveries are pretty typical here, so the drones just bring it right to your room.
All right.
Alrighty.
Would this be an appropriate time to try and reach out to Splicer? Or would that be an after the shenanigans?
I would say it's up to you. Yeah, it's up to you. If you want to try to talk to Splicer tonight, or if you want to wait till after the warehouse.
Based on my Droogle knowledge, do I think he will be at the warehouse and part of the shenanigans and potentially die?
Not at all. I mean,
Okay.
nothing that you guys have talked about has led you to believe that he will be at the warehouse.
Perfect. Then we can wait.
Okay. Does anyone else have anything they want to do before they head out to the warehouse?
Pack will just be cleaning their armor and shield and making sure everything's in its place and prepped and ready to go. Ready for the assault.
At some point, either before or after Drake has had his entertainment for the evening, Cassie would like to talk to him.
Okay.
Okay. This is after, so I'm smoking a cigarette.
All right. Good to know. Got that jet stick happening. How are you doing?
I'm alright. A little worried about what's inside that warehouse, but I'm alright. How are
Yeah.
you?
Well, same. I just kind of wanted to check in with you. This is a lot.
Yeah, it's I mean, these things always go sideways, like with the Elysium Dream.
Right.
But this is sideways, backwards, and upside down.
Yeah. It's a whole other level of complicated
Yeah.
and dangerous.
I mean, I've come up against other source users, rogue sorcerers, other ghosts, but harnessing the source is a kind of common drug. The implications are terrifying.
And I would assume it's fairly addictive.
I mean, the source itself is, it's like nothing else, you know that feeling.
I actually don't.
Is that not the source you use when you heal people?
I guess I don't know the intricacies of how the device itself works, but that's technology. I just pull out the hand device and I'm like, I can use it because of the Nakoda in my blood and because of my Tok'ra symbiote. Genetically, we just know and remember how to use them. Mine's a little busted, but it does a few things. It can shield me from harm to a degree, and I can help people get back on their feet. They're hard to come by because, the revolt against the Goa'uld and as such an oppressive force in the system. Once they were overthrown, a lot of people really went hard on getting rid of any of the implements that they used. A lot of people just thought they were gods or using some sort of magic or powerful, but ultimately it came down to technology that their subjugates didn't understand. So, I guess that's a very long-winded way of me saying I don't really know what that's like. I don't know much other than what you've talked about and some people that I've worked with in my past. But the way you talk about the corrupting nature of some of those darker elements, that's what's being harnessed in this drug. And
Yes.
I can only imagine how that complicates the addictive quality and enhances it.
It is. I don't think you could say it's inherently addictive. How would Drake say this? Yeah. I mean, people who have nothing to look forward to, who don't, no meaning or certainty or hope. They get this in their hands and, well, much like the Goa'uld, they're gonna start feeling like gods. And I imagine that feeling is gonna be very addictive. Hopefully that we're catching this in the early stages. We destroy this center, maybe stop the spread.
What are you worried that we're gonna find in there?
I really don't know. Someone who understands their power in a way that I don't. Someone who remembers their training and their life. I'm worried of what it all means and how far it's spread.
Well, that all worries me too. I've got this nagging feeling. That this didn't come from the underground criminal element.
No. I've been at this a long time, and I don't remember much of it, but I have a sense that I've never met a criminal element that ever harnessed this kind of power.
Keep trying to get out. I keep getting sucked back in. These damn politics. That damn military fucking do whatever the hell we want and the consequences be damned bullshit. Attitudes of the people that I left behind.
Yeah. They are the worst.
Well, I don't want to keep you from getting some much needed rest. Sleep if you can.
I actually sleep pretty good. The benefit of not remembering anything. I don't have nightmares about my past.
Awesome.
I have a lot of those.
Good night, Cass.
Good night, Drake.
Does anyone else? Well, I think we've all had an opportunity. Do anything?
No, yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Alrighty. For those of you who have time to rest, for 8 hours of rest, you gain 10 plus your level in fortune back. The next day, well, your hand terminal tells you that it's day. As you each come to consciousness in your own way, look out the window. Again, you were met with endless streets of concrete and continuously darkened, overcast city. The rain falls, and you can see those who are walking on the streets cover themselves up with their oddly illuminated umbrellas. You have your biscuits and gravy for breakfast, if that's what you have, and are able to reconvene in the buffet. I would say any preparations that you want to do in terms of equipment should be done now before you head out to the warehouse.
Sorry. Go
Trugal,
ahead, John.
you know, we keep hiring. Well, I guess we only did it once. We hired a cab. Do we know, does Durzo have a vehicle planetside?
When I hacked into everything that is Durzo Rod, did he have a vehicle?
He did have one registered to his name.
And if I was Durzo Rod's vehicle, where would I find it?
Actually, I would say, because I think that you were...
We're at his residence.
Yeah, exactly. Which you guys are only a few blocks away from. It's back there at Plum Tree.
Well, I know where to find it and I know how to get in. Would I know if the cars are all electronic locks, or would there be a physical lock that we'll have to get from his?
Oh, you're
apartment?
confident. It's electronic, and
Perfect.
you have no concerns about being able to get into it. It's an old beater.
He's got a car.
Well, it seems only right that we should borrow it.
Oh yeah, we should totally fuck that thing up. it's like when you rent a hover bike from a spaceport and you put the hammer down on the damn thing.
That's right.
Run it into the ground because it's not yours.
I will try
Is there
to
a
keep
story
the car
there,
in one
Frank?
piece.
I look at the curious. I don't remember.
Wonderful.
We'll have to try to recreate that story in the future.
Okay. So, you know the location of Durzo's car?
Mm-hmm. We know the location of the warehouse.
And you have a drone.
Do.
Yeah.
What do we do?
I'm ready.
I would like to try to procure another one of those stun grenades.
Okay. I would say that you could use research, or you could go around and try talking to people. I will tell you that you know from the previous thing that was a pretty lucky find. Pretty rare piece of tech from,
Would I know if it would be advantageous to try to use the actual police force that that's kind of endorsing our actions right now as an avenue?
Roll me a knowledge tactics or intelligence tactics test as my cat proceeds to run around the house
Yeah, she's
Like-
down here now.
in a flurry.
You can barely hear her.
Okay. That would be a total of 15.
15. So you think that you've done this kind of op in the past. Obviously, the more people that you can get, the better. A place like Knockstad probably has a well fortified SWAT team. Potential risk, though, the more people that you involve, the more likely that somebody gets tipped off. And you guys had already kind of been hinting at or somewhat concerned about leaks within the police force.
And we got tailed from the police force. Like, they tailed us from the building.
Right.
Yeah.
Somebody definitely tailed us from the building, yes. All right. Would I know anyone on this world, in this city, that I might have some connections to? I feel like it's close enough to Earth that it's probably likely.
Using your, I would say using your knowledge tactics, you can go ahead, not knowledge tactics, or your contacts stat. I would just go ahead and roll me 3d6 and add your, I think it's your, is it your persuasion?
So communication.
Communication, thank you.
Right. Okay. 13, 16.
16. You know what? You start scrolling through your contacts list, and you do actually have, a few people that live on this planet. One of which served in the military with you 30 years ago. He's a retired colonel. You're just kind of like scrolling through, and you can see that he's currently working as a PMC, Private Military Corps.
All right.
His name is Jack Hopper.
Jack Hopper. All right. I will go that route. I'm
Okay.
gonna see what kinds of supplies I can procure. Hopefully, at least one stun grenade and maybe some tear gas or something. I don't know.
All right. You want to call him up?
Yeah, actually, if I know where he is, I'll just more or less be nearby. See if I can run into him.
Gotcha. So you are able to find an address. It's I would say it's in kind of the middle class area of Knockstadt. It's probably a 30-minute auto taxi from you.
All right.
So are you traveling over there?
Yeah, if this is the time to go procure things,
Okay.
then yeah.
So just to be clear, so you're heading over to his apartment without giving him a heads up or anything.
I'm gonna be nearby and contact him. You know, the old, oh hey,
Okay.
want to meet for coffee, like right around the corner from your apartment?
Don't do it, he's the leaker.
Exactly. Okay. You going by yourself?
This doesn't sound ominous at all.
Jesus.
Are you unarmed?
String of questioning. Oh my
Listen,
god.
I'm
I'll
just
make
understanding
sure-
the intent.
I will make sure people know where I am going and who I'm going to meet. And if somebody would like to tag along, otherwise, if they've got their own things to take care of, whatever.
All right.
We could follow with Durzo's car.
Slowly behind.
That works. All right. So I would say with very little trouble, you guys are able to backtrack your way to Plum Trees, and in the local parking garage, you find Durzo's vehicle. You can either take a taxi to the couple blocks or walk. If you walk, no one, though there are a lot of street toughs, no one necessarily assaults you. Although you do.
Wow.
I'm reading that right now.
What
I'm just
is
saying,
this?
no one goes after you. No one like.
Well, in the middle class part of the
attack.
city, I would not expect such.
I'm sorry. I was describing you guys going back to Durzo's apartment to get.
Oh, okay. I was like, what?
Yeah. You guys go back and get Durzo's car. What you find, his car is this patchwork, long, like very heavily dented and beaten car. You can tell that it's had several aftermarket parts tacked onto it in order to make it faster. All these kind of hover vehicles have wheels for the ground, and this one has spikes and a lot of flame decals and whatever. It's a pretty gaudy thing. As whoever basically slips behind the wheel and the very 80s looking interface pops up, you can hear the like as this whatever they've done to the hydrogen motor to make it quiet, they've removed it to make it more loud, as it like the cackle of it fills the parking garage.
Oh boy.
And it pop backfires a little bit.
Before we get in, I would have checked it for traps.
That's right, and I would like to use sense my emotion. Yes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
everything.
Search
Correct.
your feelings.
And I will use a perception, survival, intellect, illusion,
That's right.
communication, deception,
Sure.
and I would like to remind the DM that I have a thing where I'm like hard to detect.
Sure. That works. All right, let's 1 of 10 rolls. So after about 45 minutes of dithering,
Correct. But I'm not getting punished for it, so
no, you're good.
There dodge action I can take.
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. So giving the car a quick once over, Drupal, you're very satisfied that beyond the very easy to bypass alarm system, there's nothing on it. And you're able to get in.
And there's no like electronic tracker from the police or anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Learning
can-
from my mistakes.
Perfect. Yeah, you make decisions and you're punished.
You exist and you're punished.
Is there anything we can
Gotcha.
do about the sound of this thing?
One second.
No, the sound is nice.
Everyone can still hear the music, right? Just
Yeah, I
making sure.
can. It was me, Chase.
Oh, okay.
Perfect.
It's fixed.
All right.
Perfect.
Without some time spent basically reconstructing what constitutes as a muffler, basically what you got is what you get.
Okay, I just wondered if it was something that was like attached after the muffler or something to cause the noise.
Nope. You
All
know that
right.
these things are basically hydrogen fusion engines, they burn hydrogen, but yeah, nothing you can do about it.
It's not going to be very stealthy if we use this for the warehouse.
Could be a good distraction.
I'm down for that.
Wonderful. I'm just sorry. I'm still remembering Matt just throwing the dice at the.
Don't worry, I clipped it.
Of course you
done.
did.
So after about, I would say 30 minutes, you guys make your way to. Again, it's a series of high rises and whatnot, but you find one that I would say seems squarely middle class. You have his address, and you see that there's several restaurants within this 100-story, apartment complex. Like looking like purely out of place as it like pulls up in front. Like you're drawing a couple looks from just some of the more nicely dressed passersby. You can see as you go here, the cybernetic modifications really die off, and people look actually, I would say, what you would consider normal. They're wearing decent clothes, and they seem to be going about their business.
Hey, I resent that normal comment.
With your flame tattoos up your face.
Am I cybernetic guy? Yes.
Yeah. All right, Cassie, you're up.
All right. So I'll just kind of ping my contact, Hopper. Sup, Hop?
Is this a text or is this a video?
Yeah, I don't do video a lot. It's a text.
You get a response that basically
Listen,
says,
Cassie has some paranoia that comes from a lot of other shit, so there's not a lot of video with Cassie.
Sup, Hop? After I would just say a minute or so, you get a response text and says, Cassie, good to hear from you. Nothing much. What's going on?
Just in your neck of the woods. You busy? You up to grab a coffee or something else?
Says, sure thing. When and where?
I can be at, and then I post location of some sort of cafe or something that's like so many blocks from his house.
Yeah, there's a local chain called Sun Dollars. It's like a coffee place.
Yeah, I can be at this Sun Dollars over on Elm in like 15 minutes.
Okay. He says, see you there.
Sweet.
Smiley face.
Oh boy.
All right. So you are you going in alone, and is the rest of the group hanging out in the jalopy?
I'm staying in the car because I want to see if I can turn it into a remote control car with my portable laptop.
Oh yeah, you definitely. I mean, it's a feature. You can.
Ooh, fancy.
I prefer to actually do the actual sit down appearing alone. I don't care if other people are hanging around nearby, like in the cafe or with vantage points on the cafe. But I want to sit down and talk with them without being obvious that I'm with other people.
Okay.
I'm good as long as you've got your earpiece in so that
Oh, of
you
course.
can call for help if you need it.
Got the earpiece in.
Can I find a vantage point to cover Cassie just in case?
Of course. Yeah. Roll me. I would say you can take your time to look around if you want to make a perception seeing test, or Cassie can help you with the knowledge tactics if you ask her for help.
You know what we could do?
Go invisible.
No. We could all sit at the table directly behind Cassie and I could cast an illusion so it appears empty.
You absolutely could.
Or that it appears full of like just really average
Do it.
people.
Yeah.
Dude, what's more interesting?
What happens when they try to seat people there?
That's what I mean. Like
They won't.
if it's
Oh,
full
okay.
of really average, normal-looking people.
Not doing it.
Okay.
Aw.
Right, I'll assist you with the knowledge tactics.
Okay.
Well, that was a 19 on my roll.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you're able to find like
Add a 6 from mine.
perfect. So you're just like scoping out and you're like, man, there's a fire escape over there that I could look that would give me with a needler rifle like a free shot to those 2 chairs by the window. If you
Perfect.
wanted to like sniper or
Yep.
snipe them.
And I'm gonna try to do it as stealthily as I can. I'm not gonna be like an eyesore up there if I can avoid it.
Okay, I would say roll me a dexterity stealth test.
You got it. That one is a stunt. 4,
How many stunt points is
8,
it?
12. Just a 3.
Churn the waters.
Yeah, I'm getting there. 16, 17, 18.
Okay. You basically, you have your long rifle. I'm assuming, kind of in the duffel bag that you normally carry it with, so you don't draw too much attention. You walk into the alley and just kind of like look like you're looking around, and really quickly you just kind of kip yourself up and pull yourself onto the fire escape. You pull some what basically is like cardboard over you, and you're up there with a clear vantage point of the sand dollars or the sun dollars.
Yeah, I'm gonna calm the waters with a 3.
I hate you.
Write it down, Chase.
Let's bring in the chase.
Oh, what
load.
was that? I think that this is breaking. I think I couldn't hear anything.
How calm are your
Negative
waters?
3, right?
They're down to 1.
How
They're
many
so
enemies?
calm.
How many enemies are in the warehouse? Are they alone?
Go find out.
What direction are they facing?
I'll describe all of them. Okay. So
In
Cassie,
great detail.
so we have a couple people. Most of the people are sitting in the car, and we have Dakiri has taken up a sniping position in a fire escape. I would say, Cassie, you're kind of sitting there in the chair that you and Dakiri scoped out, and I would say after about 10 or 15 minutes, almost exactly to the dot of when he agreed that he would meet you, you see a man. He appears to be in his mid to late 50s. You can tell he's put on a little bit of weight since you last saw him 30 years ago, but he's actually still in pretty good shape. You can tell as he kind of moves in his jacket, kind of pulls back to reveal that he seems to still keep himself in athletic build. He's got these kind of pale green eyes and very short cropped hair, still like kind of reminiscent of the military style that you guys used to have to wear. He kind of scans the room, and then as he sees you, you can see his eyes grow a little bit as he sees you, and he kind of they do the thing where his eyebrows raise and he starts to approach you.
Like in recognition?
Yeah, in recognition. like-
Okay. Just trying to make sure I know what that is about. Okay.
yeah.
Alright. Hey, Hopper.
He kind of goes in like to give you like a handshake or a hug, like can't really
Yeah, I
tell.
stand up and do the handshake.
Oh, so he says, Cassie, it's great to see you. And he's like, Jesus, like, I knew that the Tok'ra don't age, but.
I mean, we
mean,
age, but you know.
And then he,
There are some perks.
awesome. He kind of has a seat. He says, can I buy you something?
I've already got my coffee.
Oh, okay. And he pulls out his hand terminal and like
Thanks,
taps
though.
it, and a little drone comes over with a cup of black coffee and brings it to him. And he says, "So, to what do I owe the pleasure?"
Just in town, finishing up a job, looking to restock to move on.
Nice.
Yeah.
What kind of any interesting work?
Oh, had some guy who was wanted by somebody with money for some kind of petty little crime against his family. downplaying, by the way.
Roll me a communication, I would say deception.
All right. Okay. What's that? 15. Yeah, 15.
He just kind of looks at you and says, "Uh-huh. Sounds like a pretty boring gig." And you can see he crosses his arms.
I mean, a lot of the gigs I take now are boring in comparison to some of the work you and I used to do.
I mean, yeah.
But I mean, they're boring in the ways that I prefer. Usually.
So you said, what? You're in the system, want to meet up with coffee? You said something about...
Yeah, I'm trying to restock before we head out again.
Oh, okay. So it's a business call.
Well, you know, I could just go to any old somebody to try to restock my wares, but it's nice to catch up. Figured 2 birds, 1 stone.
He's like, okay, well, I mean, I can try to help, but you know, my options are somewhat limited. I'm semi-retired.
Gotcha. That must be nice.
Yeah, I mean, I take jobs here and there. So what do you need?
You said he's in his 50s?
Yeah, he was in his 20s when you guys knew each other.
Semi-retired in his 50s. There's nothing weird or suspicious there. Anyway. Well, I mean, what level of tech you got access to?
You know,
Supplies,
I mean,
that sort of thing.
what are you looking to buy? I'm not a shop, but you know, I have access to, I don't know, ammo, weapons, nothing illegal. Well,
The neutralize in a non-lethal method is usually what I tend to need a lot of.
are you talking INTARs, ZATs?
I got my Zat, it's great. I'm talking more for like a clearing a room.
You want a flashbang?
That would help.
Yeah, we can do
that,
one of
or
those.
maybe a little. I don't know if you've got tear gas or access to. I know they're a bit more hard to come by, but those stun grenades are always nice.
Roll me, I would say, yeah, roll me a communication test really quick. I guess persuasion again. And go ahead and add 2 to it because of your infamous...
My
and your
contact
contacts.
stuff.
Yeah, that's it.
And my reputation.
There you go, reputation is what I was thinking about.
All right. This is communication. Uh, 16. Actually,
16?
are there good stunts? Should I force a stunt?
It's a social.
I don't know. Yeah, I'll probably
16?
leave it the way it is. Yeah.
He sits
Or
there and he...
actually, how about this? Sorry, ignore me. Just leave it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, 16.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he scratches the stubble on his face and he says, well, those Covey stun grenades are pretty hard to come by. But what I can do is I can hook you up with some of those flashbangs. They're the next best thing. Honestly.
Yeah, that helps a lot.
And I can give you a good price on them since we go way back.
I'd appreciate that.
This boring job doesn't need one other, does it?
Doesn't need what?
This boring job that you don't need all these stun grenades from. You don't need another way to split the cut, right?
Oh, another person. Sorry, I wasn't sure what you as Chase the DM was saying. Sorry.
Just trying to edge in on your contract, you can tell.
Yeah, uh-huh. I thought you were retired, old man.
Semi. You know, some of us have to live through our long years of Social Security and whatnot. Pick up side gigs.
Listen, I'll be frank with you here.
I thought you were Cassie. And he kind of gives you a wink.
Oh yeah, it doesn't ever get old. This part is a little more personal. It's not so much. I don't necessarily know if there's a lot
Hey,
in it
say
for
no
us
more.
financially.
That's fine. How about, if you want, I think you know that I live 3 blocks down from here, or not 3 blocks down, like 3 floors down from here. You guys are kind of, I'm guessing, kind of in the apartment complex where he lives. He just lives above it. He says, if you want to come up, I can exchange the goods. TN 14 and the grenades are yours.
14. What have I got right now?
Or you could just, I would say, since you with your contacts and everything, and since you have the 16, you could choose just to use up that 2 or 3 bonus ones, and I wouldn't even make you roll for it.
I'm gonna roll for it.
Go for it. Oh, the music. Dang it.
That time it wasn't me.
So I rolled super great, and I stunted.
Woo. How many stunt points?
6.
Oh no!
Even the most mundane tests.
That's a total of 21, not including any temporary bonuses.
You're good. So you basically you know that you can handily buy these for what he's asking.
All right.
So I'll say just for the sake of brevity, if you accompany him up to his apartment, he doesn't ask you in. He just says, "Hey, wait here," and he comes back after about just a few minutes. And he's got a small clamshell case, and inside it has 4 flashbang grenades.
All right. 4 flashbangs. And also 4 grenades. Just kidding.
Yep.
So, do I get anything? Did anything happen with a stunt?
Did you want it? Were you wanting to spend the stunt points?
I'll spend some. Can you direct me to where a stunt will work? What
General
kind of a
social
stunt?
stunts,
Just
I'm
general
saying.
social?
Yep.
Perfect. I have too many pages here. Where did my social stunts go? They were right here in front of you for a second.
Oh no, I'm out of focus.
If you see something you want to suggest, just go ahead and do it.
Rage.
I'll enrage him. Sounds good.
I don't know if there's really is there anything that I'll ask it this way: is there anything that you're trying to accomplish, or you're just spending stunt points for the sake of spending stunt points? You know, like you felt like you got a pretty good deal from him for the grenades and all that.
I mean, I could flirt. I'm not gonna do that, but I could.
Right. I'm out of focus. I don't know why.
How about and another thing? It's a 2.
Okay.
2, and I'll use 1 point for cards on the table.
Okay.
because I was honest that we don't really have a lot of money in this next portion of our thing, and it's more personal. Sorry, do you need me to read those for you?
I have them right in front of me.
Okay. I want to see if I can get a read on the actual information that he might know about what's going on. If he has any info that we don't. I want to see like what he might know
About
the police force and the gang system that's happening of late.
okay. He says.
So long as I get a read that he's not corrupt and shit.
No, I mean, everyone is corrupt.
Well, I'm guessing that I
well,
wouldn't
he's-
go to him if I suspected him of that stuff.
And cards on the table means he has to be completely honest with
Yep.
his social test. So you ask him about his observation. He says, it's pretty terrible. They've basically taken the north side of town. The cops, they do their best. Every year they say they have a different plan for it, and every year they're still there.
Does he have any insights as to like who a mole might be, or
He's like, Cassie,
the
I'm not
actual
really.
identity of what's their face? Any more information about
He scratches his neck and he says,
Shrey. That's it.
He scratches his neck and he says, Cassie, don't really run in those circles. I don't, most of my jobs aren't for the police. They're, protecting rich yuppies, who are here on vacation.
Fair enough. Just
Sorry,
wondering
couldn't
what
be
you
more
know.
help.
That's okay.
Good luck. If you want to ever meet up for not just business and catch up on old times, it'd be great.
Yeah. We'll see how we're doing after, like, the state that we leave this place.
Okay. Good luck, Cassie. He kind of goes in to just give you like the one armed hug.
Yeah. All right. I'll go for that. That's fine.
All right. You now have 4 flashbang grenades.
Is there a TN for those or something?
I didn't stat them out, so
That's
just let me
okay.
know when you use them and
That's
all.
okay. Do I have an idea of the radius?
I would say 6 meters, 3 squares.
6-meter radius. Okay. And those will basically like, what will they do mechanically?
They will potentially blind or deafen temporarily people.
Cool. Okay. That's me. I got my shit.
You return to the jalopy. This is the sound that it makes.
Yeah, that doesn't get any less disturbing.
Sitting idling this entire time, making noise
Right.
in the street.
Just kind of parked there, plugging the meter. So now what?
I believe it's warehouse time.
Yeah. If there isn't anything else, I'm
Quietly
assuming.
drive away towards the warehouse.
Are we attacking the warehouse in broad daylight, or are we waiting until
It's always
evening?
nighttime.
It is.
But-
It
It's
is
the city of
literally.
perpetual night.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
I see what you're saying. During
Business hours?
business
Yeah.
hours versus.
There'll be less workers there during business hours, suppose if they're like creepy, under dark kind of people.
locationally, is there a lot around that a lot of average everyday workers would be
Let me-
nearby?
Let me pull up this map that I have.
Yeah, so you guys did look into this a little bit before. It's in kind of a, I would say it's a more run-down part of the industrial area. Excuse me, area. Not a lot of active businesses there.
So the daytime might actually be better because the seedy portions of the world tend to operate more heavily at night. So daytime might be a better bet.
Daytime.
Yeah. I think we're thinking. I mean, to me, I don't even think a place like this would follow any kind of common structure, right?
That's kind of what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a city plunged in perpetual night, and it probably acts like it.
Yep.
Okay. Then I will share with everybody that I can make this car pilot on its own. And that we don't actually have to be in it, and we can use it as a distraction, full of, I don't know, explosives or something ridiculous.
Can we ram it into the warehouse?
You can do anything you want.
Because we don't need to keep this car in good condition.
Sure. As you guys kind of pile back into the loud vehicle,
Perfect.
kind of discussing your next move.
So, do we just want to slam the car into the front door, so to speak, and kind of blitz attack them?
Well, what if we sneak in the back while the front door is being rammed?
What if... Okay, Dakiri, you got that drone, right?
Yeah, I thought we might want to check out if we can, if it's stealthy enough.
There it is.
Who's in there
Yeah.
first?
There it is. That's exactly... Yes, thank you.
we
Why don't
can
we
do some reconnaissance first.
scope it out and see, and then formulate a more precise plan. We have some good ideas. We just don't know. We just want some more intel before we try to implement any of them.
That makes sense.
Oh, we're gonna do the wait for intelligence thing again?
Would you rather not?
No, this time I like it.
Okay. All right. I'm glad we're on the same page.
Just last time it didn't really pan out.
Well, I mean, you don't know that until you follow through and you find out at the end. It's always a gamble, whether or not waiting for intel is going to pay off correctly or if it's going to be the right or the wrong choice.
And we already established that there's no, like, surveillance systems or cameras or energy signatures of this particular building that I can hack into.
You haven't been to this building yet, so you're not sure.
Oh, then
This
I
is a
will,
different
while they're
building.
drone looking, I will try to hack into this building.
Okay. So you guys, I would say you set. I'm guessing Dakiri is driving.
So I would sit down maybe a couple miles away within the range of the drone, but not so close that the sound is going to tip someone off.
Okay. So as the you start to pull Durzo's garish vehicle into the east part of town, soaring through the looming towers of the city, as the skyscrapers give way to smokestacks and cooling towers of the industrial district. Their warning lights winking on and off in unison. The twinkle of lights that the autocars emit flows like blood through the veins of the city. Passenger vehicles giving way to cargo movers, and even this traffic begins to thin as you reach the edge of the city proper. Streetlights become fewer and further between as the buildings begin to show their age, and you find yourself after about 25 minutes a couple blocks away, according to your GPS. You set down?
Yep, I take it down.
All right. So you can, I would say you can use dexterity pilot or intelligence technology to maneuver this drone.
Yeah, I'm going for the piloting.
So, you know, you basically unfold the little wings, and it's very much like the typical drone that you would think today. You didn't have enough to spring for one that has a built-in auto-grav unit, so it actually relies on spinning blades to fly.
Okay. And it is quiet enough, right? Is it going to be obvious if I get too close?
It's relatively quiet. The technology's come a long way, and frankly, I haven't really described it, but these things fly around the city by the thousands.
Okay.
As you guys are going through the more crowded parts, like they're used to ferry all kinds of physical goods. That's how you can get 1 hour shipping on almost anything.
Okay. And can we tie the display that the drone sees to Drugol's as well, just so that I'm
Sure.
just flying it, but I'm assuming she's going to be looking for where to tap in.
Sure thing.
All right. So that's a 18 on piloting.
Okay. Let me do one thing. Let me do one thing with the music. Yeah. I'm excited. If it actually plays. Tell me if you can hear it.
I can hear it.
Good.
Nope.
Oh,
It's doing that thing on my end where it doesn't actually play for me.
Can you reload your page?
I just did.
Okay.
Roll 20 gets weird like that sometimes.
It really does.
Still love it though.
Basement Floor by Kevin MacLeod.
There we go. I hear it now.
Cool. I'm glad you guys can, because I can't still. I reloaded. I would say that you set your small black drone to fly, and and it very quickly. You can tell the acceleration on these things is pretty impressive. And what was your total score?
18.
18. So you kind of are having a little. If I take a little bit of license,
Sure.
you're getting a feel for it, and you're able to like basically make it do a loop-de-loop around a burnt out street light, and you figure like, oh yeah, this is like a spaceship but just 10 times smaller.
You kill 3 pedestrians.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Take
that'd
out
be
2
about right.
warehouses.
If I can take some license, you commit
a massive
Three
a
crimes.
myriad of
Over.
crimes.
Yeah, this is one of those slaughter bots with a very small explosive device built into it. Just targets them.
I know that's not what you asked for, but this
Right.
is how it is.
Are you taking it in? Would you be taking it in high altitude, or would you be taking it in low to the street?
No, I want to get decently high. I mean, high enough that we can kind of see down and give Drugal the best vantage point I can.
Got it. So you basically pull this thing up and you start to bring it towards the address of what you can see. This looming almost with no lights to illuminate it. It's basically this black edifice on a shadow, and you are able to bring it into a high altitude. Anyone who's watching the feed who's trying to basically survey the area, make me a perception seeing test.
Yep. That'd be me, definitely. Oh, I stunted.
That Matt's look every time. Stunted. That's funny. It's an interesting.
That wasn't it at all.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking of like, can I use this and that and this and that?
Thought I was just laughing at the stunts.
13.
Same.
13. Wow.
I have 5 stunt points.
Okay.
This is infiltration, yes? Or exploration? What are we doing here?
This would be general exploration, I would say. So as you guys are looking, I would say after a few minutes with your 5 stunt points. How about this, Cassie? Do you want to add your 5 stunt points to one of their other rolls?
I
Sure.
also stunted with 5 stunt points.
We'll do the one. Yeah. So we'll make it an 18,
Okay.
if that's okay.
All right.
'Cause you-
I was
'cause
gonna
you guys-
say, like either a plan comes together or a stitch in time would probably be good for
Okay.
exploration. I don't know.
Let's do this one. So, since a couple of you stunted, and this is a combination, you guys almost miss it, but moving like a shadow against the backdrop of stars, you can see a small black shape moving in a somewhat irregular pattern, flying above the smokestacks of this building. It is another small drone, similar make and model to your own. It's normally flashing lights, which you guys disabled on yours, are not there. The only reason you caught it was a glint off of one of the local street lamps.
Hey, Drugal, do you think that you'd be able to not neutralize, but maybe loop the feed on that?
Yeah. Absolutely.
There it is.
That's funny. So,
Loop that feed.
so Drugal, I'll say I'm not even gonna make you roll a test for this because your passive is so high. At first, you start searching for active bands, very similar to the one that is being used to pilot your guys' drone. And you notice that there doesn't seem to be any active communication to the drone. I would say with your prodigious intelligence knowledge tests, that you can set these drones up to basically be run on a pre-planned circuit, and then if they run into a specific escape condition, maybe notify somebody. It's actually kind of a form of running dark, because for this very reason, they don't want somebody to be able to pick up on the EM signals to and from it, if that makes sense.
Mhm. Evidently, we're looking for traps.
I'd like to use set search my feelings.
Perfect. It's all going to go downhill really fast.
It's fine.
Excellent.
Succeed, and for succeeding and stunting, you'll be punished.
Got it.
Hi, Anar.
So, as you guys observe the drone, you can see that it seems to be flying in a semi-familiar pattern. You think if you studied it long enough, you would probably be able to, if you wanted to gain entrance to the building with your own drone, you could do so unnoticed. So I would say somebody rolls me a perception seeing or an intelligence tactics check. If you're trying to avoid being spotted by that drone. You're flying higher than it is right now, so you don't think it's seen you.
I'll roll tactics, I guess.
Yeah. Basically trying to discern its pattern.
Uh-oh.
Stunted.
I did. 12 with 4 stunt points. So
You're observing this thing, and you're just like, you can't seem to get a beat on its flight pattern. It seems random or erratic. I would say Drugel could potentially do this with an intelligence technology test to look for the randomized pattern.
I'll go for it. Alrighty, I stunted.
what? Wow. We just keep going.
17, and that's a 6 on the stunt dice.
No.
I know, I'm the worst.
What are you guys spinning on?
10, 15, 16, 17, and then these are chase. Which stunt list should I pull from?
I'm just saying exploration for now, or infiltration. Infiltration actually is fine. You're gonna calm the waters to get this out of the way. I'm ready. I got my eraser right here. On this
Your
poor
eraser?
this poor churn tracker.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and use cover your tracks for 3 stun points.
Okay.
As so that the next person that's trying to do something, we can impose a -2 on anybody who's trying to find us
Perfect.
or track us or look for us.
Sure.
And then I can use the other 3 for calming the waters. There it is.
Racing them, my beautiful children. Okay, my beautiful churn children. You're able to very quickly identify the randomized flight pattern of this, and after just a few moments, you're able to kind of tap Ikiri's arm whenever the time arises, and your drone soars into the, I would say, into the hulking structure of this old industrial building. Through the microphones on the drone, you can hear the sounds of the city kind of give way, and inside you can see these looming mechanical abandoned structures and equipment, which you don't really know what it was for. Above you, you can see the ceiling is lined with gantries and walkways, and these dark, dust-covered remains of long abandoned equipment stand like silent sentries. There seems to be no movement or activity in the upper level of the warehouse.
We'll have to move it to a different position then, I would think.
What was that?
So, are there any offices or other sites off of the main warehouse?
As you slowly pilot the drone around the area, I'm going to say if you can take your time, so it's not really like you need a roll for this test.
Okay.
After just a few minutes, you can see that this seemed to be like the main like manufacturing floor of whatever this area was. But on the southeast and southwest corners, you can see that there appears to be graded stairwells leading down deeper into the facility. And the sensitive camera does pick up little glints of light coming from the stairwell.
Is this a small stairwell? Is it going to be obvious if we fly a drone down there?
Yeah, it would be pretty obvious if somebody was on the stairwell.
Okay.
And you also think that the echoing properties of like of an enclosed area might amplify the sound of the drone.
Well, what do y'all think? Seems like they're down below.
I mean, we're gonna smash the car into the building at some point.
Subterfuge.
We're believing that it's like the whole operation is underground. Am I catching that correctly?
Appears to be.
So maybe crashing a vehicle into the ground level is probably a bad idea before things get going. Would give them some sort of an idea that something is up. We should keep it in our back pocket in case we need a distraction in the middle of things going wrong, or we need an easy way out, I think. That's my 2 cents.
Was there any way for me to connect into the building to see what equipment is plugged into the building, et cetera, and so forth?
Yeah, you do see through the camera of the drone that there appears to be some like EMS panels, you know, on the walls of the building.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Should we try to lure a few of them up to the main area by bouncing the drone against a couple of the walls?
It's up to you guys. I mean, you
I'm
guys
asking the team.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking to me.
No, that's all right.
I have a few thoughts, a few different ideas. One, we could try to lure some people up in some sort of innocuous manner like that. Or if Drake feels like this is a good move, maybe Drake goes invisible and goes infiltration again down that stairwell to see what is actually going on. Or I could just walk in and kind of bullshit my way through and see what more we can learn.
If
Those are
there
just
are
my top 3 ideas right now.
if there are other source users, will they be able to recognize you, Drake, or sense you, even if you're invisible?
Well, maybe.
Drake, do you have any ideas, any thoughts on how to proceed? This is more your wheelhouse, I think. Well, some of this is a little more your wheelhouse than mine.
The only thing I know to do is to sneak in and assess the area.
If you can make me invisible, I can go hack into their computers from the inside and figure out what's in the building.
I can potentially make us both invisible, but it's very costly.
Yeah.
I can make you invisible, but it's not. People can still detect you.
And I'm not particularly stealthy.
No. The place is underground.
Mhm.
The primary facility.
I would say, just to provide you guys a little bit more information, when you were flying high above the building, now kind of going back and looking at the feed, understanding that it's underground, you can see that on the west side of the building, there is a sloping ramp that kind of goes into what you would see like as an underground motor pool, and you can see basically like recessed stairwells leading down to outer doors that seem to be very close to where those stairwells are. So you see that in addition to the two stairwells that lead down straight from inside the warehouse, there is a point on the east end of the building. There's a point on the west end of the building where you could go in through the ground level.
Do they look both? Just pick one.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. I can accompany you, Drupal, so you can maybe hack it.
Sure. Then that's what I will do. I will make sure that Dakiri has the controls for flying the ship, so that that's not linked to anything that I have.
Okay. Pretty easy to slave control over to her hand terminal.
I make the test. I cannot. I will not force it. I will just make Drupal invisible and rely on my abilities to stay out of sight.
Okay. Both of you can make me dexterity stealth tests, please. As you, let me change the music here really quick. Something a little bit more appropriate.
Okay.
Let me know if you guys can hear this.
I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
So that's a 12.
Okay.
14. 12 isn't bad in age.
Exactly. So, invisible to the naked eye, and like a shadow yourself, Drake, you guys on foot, flitting from structure to structure, avoiding the sparsely interspaced street lamps. Eventually, after about, I would say, 5 to 10 minutes of just being careful, are able to make your way into the looming structure of this warehouse. The din of the distant city falls away, and the odd and creepy echoes of this settling structure fill your ears. I would say you are pretty, with those rolls, you seem are confident that you were not spotted.
I will keep a lookout for Drugel. Well, I guess we have to locate the terminal or whatever.
Yeah, there was one that they were pretty easy to see. This was an industrial building. They basically are regularly placed.
Okay. I will keep a lookout on behalf of Drugel while they do their thing.
Alrighty. Alright, Drugel, do you want to make me an intelligence technology test?
Gladly. Ooh, that is not as great as I want it to be. So it's 7, 8. It's a 15. I can re-roll it.
It's up to you. You're forced to keep the latter of the two rolls, though.
True. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and re-roll it. Oh, that's better. That's much better. Okay. So 19.
Perfect. So you plug your probe into the diagnostic port of the EMS conduit, and very quickly a very simplified wireframe diagram of the building illuminates before you. You can see indeed that on the lower level that there is quite a bit of at least power activity, far more than you would think that an abandoned building would require. You can see that it seems to be tapped into a tertiary power conduit from the city grid. This is some extra information for your hacking ability. Basically, keeping whatever operation is going on here off the books. You do see that there are a few wireless cameras, and I would say with that 19 that I'm not even going to make you roll for it. They don't seem to be. They seem to be placed just near the two entrances, but after a few minutes of observation, You can see near one of the cameras a Sarakin with some pretty obvious cybernetic features, kind of is patrolling, and he's holding one of those odd swooping purple plasma rifles that the Covenant used to use. And then at the other entrance, after a minute or so, you see a human. Doesn't really seem to have any cybernetic accoutrement, but he's got some tattoos, and he's holding just a very simple shotgun as he wanders around. You can see on the northeast end of the building there is a particularly large power draw.
Okay. I will send back the video to the hand terminals of anybody without ads, and I will let people know what I've seen or can look at.
Gotcha. You do know that you could open any of the exterior doors or the large door of the motor pool with your, as long as you're wired in.
Okay, I would have shared that with you guys. What now?
Maybe they can just come on down.
Are you guys joining us?
Sure.
Yes.
Just to note, for housekeeping purposes, Cassie switched to her heavier armor.
The light armor.
Yeah.
Got it.
Meaning the heavier of the two that I own.
All right. Anyone trying to stealth into the building, make me a dexterity stealth test, please.
So you're stunted.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go. Rob, what did you have?
17 total.
Jesus.
Wow.
Nice.
665
Ooh.
for having a +0 to stealth.
There you go. There
You
you
did
go.
better than I did.
Cassie?
13.
Okay. Dakiri?
18.
18. I would say, Dakiri, you are very light on your feet as you pick your way through this kind of activity not being foreign to you. Cassie, kind of reacclimating yourself to the slightly heavier armor that you're wearing with the reinforced padding on your legs and whatnot, you at one point kind of step on an aluminum can, and it kind of makes a light crunch. Surprisingly, live in their armor, Tack basically at one point just kind of like flows between a couple of bars with his form of serpents. After a few minutes of careful deliberation, you guys are able to make your way into the building seemingly unnoticed.
I will go ahead. Cassie will hand a flash grenade to Dakiri, to Tack, and I guess Droogle rather than Drake. I think that's. Or is Droogle gonna hang back mostly? Maybe one to Drake instead.
You keep 2, or because I have my rifle out with extra pseudopods. You.
Right. These
Chase.
are gonna. So the idea is the flashbangs will get thrown in right like before we head in to try to neutralize as many people or incapacitate. Well, to work in our favor, to kind of set the groundwork.
Yeah.
I'll take it then.
Okay. All right.
I.
So Cassie, Drake, Dakiri, and Tack each have a flashbang.
Aw.
Perfect.
Sorry, Droogle. Okay.
And Chase, just a heads up, I did stunt on that stealth row, so I'm going to use bravery to give myself extra toughness for the next damaging hazard.
Nice.
1d6 extra.
Excellent. Okay. So you guys are gathered. You have hushed and whispered conversations, distributing the flashbang grenades that Cassie has.
Assuming the easterly and westerly entrances were equidistant from the northern power draw, This is not really Drake talking. I would say we enter on the side with the machinist.
I'll say looking at
android guard.
Got it. Looking at the map, that larger power draw is actually really close to one of the stairwells. So if you were to think northeast,
Okay.
it's at the northeast. So there's a stairwell at the southeast entrance.
Then let's enter from there. It's near the power draw.
Okay, and that's where you would have seen that Sirakan with a plasma rifle.
Perfect.
Can I lock the door? Do we want to lock people in?
I'm not trapped in here with you.
You're trapped in here with me.
Yes. I mean, we don't want people leaving.
Or can I lock and unlock doors as we go through the building?
There doesn't seem to be many, there's a few that you can see from the skeletal diagram of the building inside. Most of them are exterior doors.
Got it. So then I will lock the exterior doors that we don't want to be going in and out of. And then key it to a quick command so that we can escape as necessary.
Got it.
But lock everyone else out if I can.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, the idea not being that we want to run in and make sure we slaughter people and they are not able to leave because we're slaughtering them. The idea being we don't want people leaving. No, I know. I'm just clarifying.
Yeah.
We don't want people leaving and warning people in the distribution.
Mm.
We don't want people leaving and warning people who are higher up or anything like that. We want to keep this as quiet as possible.
We're also here for the police, so the more we turn over to the police, the better.
Once we wrote out who is trustworthy, yeah.
Got it. Okay. You guys have a plan?
I think we'll take whatever points of egress make the most sense tactically.
Yeah, I
Spread
think that
out however makes sense tactically. Throw our flashbangs in, wait for them to go off, and then storm the joint. Does that sound good? Sound right?
Roughly, yeah.
Alrighty. Let's really quickly, you know what? I think now is probably a good time to take a quick 20-minute break. When we come back, our guns for hire are going to storm the warehouse with their carefully laid plans.
Exciting.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in tonight. I think I don't know if I saw any particular thing going on in the chat, but you know what? We really appreciate everyone tuning in.
Yes.
This has been a lot of fun. Make sure I see that we just did the giveaway reminder, so please be sure to enter the giveaway for a chance to win not only an Expanse core book tonight, but a large combo pack here in a couple weeks.
That's
so
right.
We're going to take a quick 20-minute break, and we'll be back about 5 minutes after 9. All right. Thanks. A shout from inside in the hallway.
Then with I assume that was my regular major action, and as my minor, I will push through the door with my shield, hammer ready, and move on in and decide my movement once I can see what's inside.
Alrighty. Let me get this thing going really quick. Gonna get some different action music going as we get in here. Yeah. Okay, let me know if you guys can hear that. Perfect. So, Tack, I will put this up on the map for everyone to see.
There it is. Okay, there's the music.
It's so disconcerting. It takes about that long for me to see it as well. Alrighty.
I love this track. I love using this track.
Me too.
It's a good one.
All right. for whoever is controlling the map view, you're going to move it to the bottom right-hand corner of the map.
Thank you. All right. Switch that over so people can see it.
Perfect.
I still can't move myself.
Rob, you're really quiet. I'm having a hard time hearing you.
Same.
Can you hear me now?
That's
Yes.
better.
Okay, yeah, sorry, I didn't have my mic up close enough. I will, I still can't move myself, but I'll move up to right there, just base to base with the cyborg.
All right. So
And
you
that's my turn?
throw the flashbang grenade in. As you come in, you can see the cyborg. He's got his hands up, like one hand is holding a plasma rifle, the other hand is up in front of his face. The full effects of the flashbang grenade seem to have taken effect, and he is effectively blinded. All right, Tack, that is your turn. Next up is Dakiri.
So I'm next up in initiative, but I don't think I'm next up in the order, so I might have to hold my action to whoever's ahead of me.
I'll say you can move through people,
Okay.
through your allies.
Probably don't have. We didn't talk. Are we going lethal?
So I would assume that we're not necessarily going lethal so much as we're using whatever force need be to keep ourselves alive.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go through, and if I can I hold my action to cover attack?
Yeah, so as you kind of come into the hallway, looking down it, I could reveal, I'm not sure how much of the map is showing. You see a cybernetically enhanced human holding a large pistol in his hands, kind of turns and looks towards you gaping. He was surprised by the sound of the flashbang, but does not seem to have been affected by it.
All right, so then if I still have an action, then I'm gonna throw a flashbang down his direction then.
All right, so he's a little bit of ways away. Make me an accuracy test, please.
Got it. It is a stunt. 4, 8, 11.
All right. I would say that you basically, it's at the very edge of your ability to throw. As you toss it, it kind of bounces off one of the walls. As you're basically throwing this thing at least 20 meters, so 60 feet. It lands kind of a couple of squares away from him, and he looks down, and you can hear the loud pop as a bright flash of light kind of burns the little dot into your vision at the far distance. With his tolerance test, though, he is not blinded. Or unfortunately, or deafened. I'm sorry, he rolled really high on his tests. So the flashbang goes off in front of him. You can see he kind of looks, but then peering back over his enhanced arms, he makes eye contact with you. Dakiri, that is your turn. At 15 in the initiative order is the blinded and deafened Sarakin with the plasma rifle, who's standing next to you. He is going to basically try to sprint off at the music is not looped. I will take care of that. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Yeah.
This map is not cooperating with me.
Alrighty. He is going to attempt to run away because he is really spooked by being blinded and deafened. So he basically turns 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 meters. That's about, I would say, as far as he can go, as he's like blindly fumbling down the hallway. very disoriented and not able to see. You can see basically the only reason he's making the progress that he is he's using one hand and is moving it along the wall. That is his initiative with a 15. Everyone's stacked up at 14. Cassie, it is your turn.
Okay. Let's see. I think I will. Ooh, wow. Oh, it's all in feet.
Yeah. Can you please take an extra minute here to set the map to yards?
I apologize. I copied the one earlier and it did not apparently go through.
Just take an extra 30 seconds here.
Yeah.
It should be ready for you now. I don't know if you have to reload for that property to kick in.
It's good on my end.
Yeah, it works for me. Perfect. Okay. All right. That's where the Sarakin is. So, I've been having a hard time getting this map to set up right in the overlay. Is this Sarakin the only foe that we see right now? This guy?
No, there's a cyborg with a pistol further down the hallway.
Okay. Could you make it so the name tag is visible?
Apologies that it's not.
That's okay. I just didn't realize that's what that was. It's hard to tell. Okay. So. And the Sarakin is looking how?
He looks blind and he's like fumbling as you come around. Well, if you come around the corner,
Right.
you could see him kind of stumbling away from the doorway.
Okay, I will step forward. I will position myself. I'll step out and then move back behind Tack afterwards, because of my talent will allow me to do that. And I will take a shot at the Sarakin with my Zat.
Go for it.
Okay. I don't know if that will hit. We'll see. If I could find my actual character sheet again, that would be really great. It's an 11.
That hits.
Okay. I didn't think it
You
would.
can tell that he's quite flat-footed because of his inability to see over here.
Okay. Whew. All right. It will do 4 points of damage.
And that is penetrating
It is
damage.
penetrating. Yep.
All right, so you can see like the shot kind of goes a little bit wide and whizzes by him. This being fortunate at not actually hitting him yet, but you can see it sizzles some of his clothing, and he kind of jerks in response to the electric cackle that goes by him.
Yeah.
Alrighty, is that your turn?
That's everything.
All right, next up, Drugel.
Okay, so I was licking a cup when you explained this, so I'm gonna ask a stupid question.
Yeah.
The plasma rifle guy or the magnum guy is blinded and deafened?
Plasma rifle guy.
Plasma rifle guy. Okay. Then I'm going to assume that the first person I see is and so I'm gonna go ahead and move forward. If
Okay.
it'll let me.
Yep.
So that I'm in this doorway. Peek around the corner with my rifle and try to shoot this guy without killing him.
Alrighty.
It's not great. 8. Math is hard. 13.
13. That is just enough to make a non-lethal blow with him being him essentially being flat-footed.
Okay.
So you line it up and it's like it's kind of like shooting. It's not really even fair. He can't see you. He can't dodge you.
Yeah,
All right, roll your damage.
I did. This non-lethal damage of also 13. 2 6s and a 1.
Nice. And your perception modifier?
1.
Okay. And this is armor piercing, I'm guessing, because you're using your plasma pistol?
No, this is the rifle.
Oh, rifle. So, pew, pew, pew. Okay, yeah.
So,
Got
yeah.
it. 13, you said?
13 plus the perception is 14.
14. Okay. He is quite struck. In fact, very close.
Okay.
So you basically light into him, and you can see him staggering as these plasma bolts, these ballistic bolts, I remember, kind of dig into him, and he stumbles against the wall, but he is still holding on for dear life. All right, Drugel, is that your turn?
That is my turn.
All right, next up we have Drake.
All right. I'm assuming I would have had my lightsaber activated prior to the breach. I will
Correct.
use my action to run, getting right behind Mr. Rifle. I will use my minor action to press the attack. That's my turn. Thanks.
Perfect. All right. At the end of a 14, you can hear several shouts from inside the building as the human with the magnum, kind of his eyes wide, and seeing the force of people, uses his minor action to 5, 10, kind of step around that corner to try to get himself some cover, and seeing a person with a large rifle down the hallway, the one that tossed the grenade at him, he's going to open up with his magnum at you, Dikiri.
Okay.
There's a 13 hit.
Nope.
So, blam, 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 this narrow hallway kind of erupts with the loud, high caliber sound of the Magnum pistol, as you can hear these hammer strikes as the bullets land around you but miss. That is his turn. You can hear commotion and shouting from deeper within the structure as people move around. Let me see. At initiative count 11, you can see a human come around the corner with a shotgun. He can see you guys down the hall, but also sees his friend and realizes that he cannot fire without killing or dropping the Sarakan. So he basically sits there with a shotgun pointed in your direction, and he holds his action. And you can hear shouts from deeper within the facility. Back up to the top of the initiative is the blind Sarakan with the shotgun. With the plasma rifle. He's going to try to keep moving.
Didn't I go before him?
Oh, I'm sorry. I have two different ones on here. 2 Sarakans. Apologize. I looked at the wrong one.
It's all good.
Oh no.
All right. So I will do a double move and get up to there.
Yep. And Rob, just to make sure, can you speak up a little bit?
Yeah, sorry. So I'll use the run action to move up to there.
Okay.
And then I will use my minor to guard up.
Okay. Perfect. So you basically kind of go there and interpose yourself in the center of the hallway.
Yep.
Alrighty. Dikiri with a 16, you're up.
They're firing at us, Cass. Are we hot?
Do what you need to do.
Okay. I'm lining up the guy with the Magnum, but I'm doing it from... I'm going to take my shot, then I'm going to go back into cover using tactical awareness.
Perfect.
Uh, 10, 12, 16.
16. Even with the cover that half doorway provides him, you do make a successful hit.
Nice. 7, 8, 9 plus 3, 12 points damage.
Alrighty. You can see the shot, kind of the purple crystalline bolt from your rifle ricochets off the wall next to him, and his side of his face is kind of sprinkled with the shrapnel of the crystalline structure. He winces, but he is still up. Is that your turn?
I'm going to guard up, and then that's my turn.
Got it.
No, wait, no, I moved. Sorry.
Yeah.
Got it.
That's my turn.
Perfect. Now, out of 15, it is the Sarakin with a plasma rifle. Being blinded, you can see him attempting to continue running. He doesn't know that anyone's in front of him. 5, 10, 15, and he kind of runs smack into the back of you, Tack. And Drake, I believe that you had pressed the attack.
That actually requires you to attack first, so I just aimed.
Got it. So he moves and kind of runs into the brick wall that is Tack. Let's see, down to the 14s on initiative.
Okay.
First up, we have Cassie.
Yep. So, I will move up. Or actually, well, I guess, am I able to hit this guy without? Okay. I will aim, and then I will shoot.
All right.
With
Will
my
you use that,
zap.
Nicotel?
Yep.
Perfect.
Okay. 11 hit last time. This is higher.
Perfect.
3. I rolled a 1 on my damage. 3 points.
You line up the shot, and the electronic blast goes out and catches him square in the back. You can see the electricity arcing over his back and the internal circuitry as his body locks up, and he falls limp to the floor. He had 1 fortune point left.
All right.
Is that your turn?
That is my minor, and that is my major. So that is it. I guess I'll just quickly say, where is this? What am I seeing on this map? There's a hallway here. There's something down. Is this room open up further? Do we know?
Which
or is
room?
it
There's
this
a
room down
closed
here?
door at the end of that hallway where Drake is standing in front of. Yeah, there's a closed.
Oh, where Dakiri is? That's a closed door?
Oh no, where Dakiri is an open entryway into a galley. But
Okay,
I mean,
but-
she can see in there, but you can't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind. Okay, that's it.
Okay. Droogle, you're up.
Perfect. I am going to move my 11 meters to here and then shoot around this corner at this human cyborg with a magnum. And I'm going to try to, with my rifle, and non-lethally hit him. So I do not want to take off his head. I wish to,
Right.
I don't know, take out a kneecap. Something he can come back from.
Remember the -1 from shooting around cover?
I will remember that. 10, 11. So we'll make that a 10. My 1 will go away. So it's a 15 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, so 3d6 plus 1. Oh, Christ, why do... Okay. So another 2 6s and a 1 plus perception. So, 14 again for damage.
14. Nice. You basically, using the precise, basically reflex sight, you can see that his leg is sticking out, and you put 3 into his kneecap, and you can see he falls, and his face hits the ground, and he does not move.
Ooh, that is no fun. Okay, that's my turn.
Perfect. Having readied his action, the human with the shotgun at the end, seeing that his hallway is now free of any of his friends, is going to use his readied action to make his attack. With a shotgun, it has the spreading property. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Ooh,
6.
wow.
So
Yeah, that's why I'm around the corner.
he will be able to get. Basically, he's going to be able to target all 3 of you.
Oh,
Is how the
boy.
spreading property works.
What?
Yeah, it just basically makes
Yeah.
That's some insane range.
it makes it.
26 meters of just spread?
Yeah, I don't agree with
Wow.
it. It just literally just says it creates a 30-degree cone.
I don't agree
Of-
with it. I'm just
of
gonna
fire.
use it.
Okay.
Right. Well, it seems
I'm just
odd.
giving.
Yeah,
I
the
don't
spreading
care.
quality.
I'm
Yeah.
just teasing.
So, first attack will be on Tack. Tack, that is a 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 to hit you.
No.
All right.
Guard up.
And I will need to remember to roll his capacity test at the end of this to see if he has a reload. Drake, that would be a 13 to hit you. Does it hit?
Sorry, Zoom's tiny little buttons are really hard for me.
That's fine.
Yeah, it does. I'm gonna use deflect.
Perfect.
I beat him.
Perfect.
I'll take half.
Excellent. So, and Cassie, I'll roll the final attack on you. Cassie does a...
How?
You're at the end of the hallway?
Way at the end. I'm far past 26 meters.
The rifle... Sorry, the rifle has a range of like 75 meters.
Oh, I
Oh,
thought it was
gotcha.
using a shotgun with like a spread of
It
these
does.
three.
It basically just makes a big cone, a 30-degree cone in front of it.
So what's shooting at me?
The dude at the end of the hallway with a shotgun. Like, you know that they actually use shotguns to hunt birds, like from far away. They don't like disappear after like 15 meters. They can shoot really far.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was just confused. I thought it had a range of 26 meters and I'm 40
Nope.
meters away. Never mind.
No, somebody said 26 meters. I never said 26 meters.
Okay.
So-
What's the number to hit me?
14.
Yeah, it hits.
Are you going to use any of your abilities?
No, because it'll still hit.
Okay. Drake, the damage that you would need to... I'll just give it to you halved, and then you can subtract your toughness.
Thanks.
6 points of damage.
Thank you.
And then Cassie, I will say the same. Well, actually 12 points of damage.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
And now he has to roll a reload test. He rolled a 1 on it, so that means that he does not have to reload. All right, that was his ready to action. Next up is Drake.
Oh, hey, it's me. He's too far away. I should have been a shotgun. I should wield a shotgun that shoots lightsabers. That's my next
True.
character. 30 degrees worth of lightsabers coming at you. I will use my action to run. Boop. And then I'll use my minor action to aim. That's my turn.
Perfect. All right. Let me see. Deeper from within the confines of the building, you do hear more shouts and movement. As Drugel, at the end of the hallway behind you, a door opens. And you can see a female with red hair and facial tattoos kind of steps through this sliding door. In her hand, she's holding Old Covenant issue plasma pistol. I'm going to say that it was her minor action to activate the door, so she can't really shoot you, but she is like sees you and is a little startled as she comes through with this plasma pistol and has it aimed at you. And behind her, you can see, just for a moment before the door goes closed, you can see several people that appear like there are a handful of people in that room, but they don't seem to be armed. In fact, the glimpse of the looks on their faces seems to be that of fear or confusion as they look towards the doorway. That is their turn. I would say that there is more movement and whatnot, but nothing that you guys can see. You do hear distant shouts within the building and the footfalls on the graded floor as it comes back up to the top of the initiative with Tack.
Alright, since we see Drake has the thug taken care of, I'm going to move back and protect Drugel. So I will move 6 to there, and then 4 to there is my 10. And then I will use my action to charge 4 and take a swing at her.
Perfect.
Ooh, that was probably gonna miss. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Is that all you got?
That's all I got unless I force it with fortune, but I'm not going to.
Okay. So the woman, sees you the heavy swing coming as she barely ducks her head out of the way. Your hammer skimming through her reddish hair and puts a large dent into the wall next to her. All right. Next up, Dikiri. You can see this this scene unfolding across the hallway from you.
Yeah, so I'm gonna. Oop, I'm still in the wrong mode. I'm gonna aim for my position, and as I'm aiming at the red-haired woman, I'm gonna yell out to Cass that there's more at her 2 o'clock.
Okay.
Thanks for the heads up.
14 plus. Sorry, that's 20 to hit.
That hits. That would allow you to do non-lethal as well if you wanted to.
Okay, I'll do that. 15 points damage.
15. You catch her square in the shoulder, and it spins her around, and you can see her go down, clutching her shoulder. She is out of the fight.
Nice. That's my turn.
Perfect. Next up is on a 15. That guy is down. Next up is Cassie.
Okay. Can you... If I move forward, can you just show me where doors are?
Yeah.
Real quick. It's a
So,
little difficult for me to tell.
There's a large door right here,
Okay.
right in front of where Tack is, that led into a room that seemed to be crowded with people.
Is it open still?
It closed behind the lady. It's like
Okay.
one of those kind of like sliding doors from Star Trek.
Okay.
And then I would say that's the most visible. There was a closed door back kind of the way you came that seems to be going that same direction.
Oh, there was, huh?
Yeah.
And do I know that like doors were open, closed, like locked, unlocked?
You remember earlier that when Drugel had access to the system, they were all by default unlocked.
Okay.
She did not choose to lock any of the ones on the inside.
But they're all unlocked on the inside here. Okay.
Correct.
So, I think for funsies, I'm gonna move here because that will give me cover from the shotgun, right?
Yes, it will.
And I want to. I guess I will ready an action in case something, in case that door opens. I want to throw my flashbang in.
Okay. You ready your action to toss your flash grenade as soon as if somebody opens that door.
Yeah.
Perfect. Drugel. Woman just got shot in the shoulder and went down in front of you.
Absolutely. So is this a set of doors that has like the handles that stick out that I could put my rifle through so that no one else can come through these doors?
No, they're more like smooth,
Oh,
if that
okay.
makes sense. And they come together like this. They slide.
Oh, they're sliding doors instead of
Like
hard
handly doors. Yeah.
I
You hit a button and they open.
got it. Are these ones with? Is this one of the few inside doors that has a lock on it?
It could be locked. Yes.
Okay. Can I lock it just as my turn?
Sure.
Perfect.
Yeah. Also, you pull up your hand terminal, major action. You hit the button in that door. Click, click. You see the light on the front of it turns red.
Perfect. That door is now locked.
Alrighty. Next up is Drake. Drake, the guy in front of you seems to be kind of backpedaling or panicking.
Cool. I am going to. What the hell? Okay. I aim blast turn, so I have a total of +7 to attack. I'm going to make an attack with my lightsaber. Yeah, I stunted with only 1 stunt point. 5, 6, 7, 18.
Nice.
Yep. Cool. I'm gonna use footwork to get a +1 spent to a combat-related test before the end of my next turn. So the damage is 4, 7, 8, 9 points of armor piercing damage.
Nice. You take your lightsaber, you wrench it to where his shotgun is, and you fling him bodily into the bulkhead next to you. His forehead careens off of it, and he goes down unconscious.
Okay, that was my action. I aimed last turn for that additional +1, so my minor will be. Sorry, is there commotion coming up at my 11-ish, 10 o'clock, or my 12?
Yes. So to your 12 o'clock position, you could hear voices and footfalls.
Perfect.
You're standing at basically the entrance of another hallway. I'll start to reveal it for you.
Oh, okay. So coming down from that hallway and that perhaps. Okay, the duck goes. Okay. So I'm kind of sandwiched between potentially 2 points.
You can see that hallway to your south behind you, the way that you came, kind of ends with just some ductworks and some doors.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I use my minor. So I'm where the action might be coming down. I will use my minor action to do displacement. I stunt with 2 stunt points. I make my DC. I'll reduce the cost by 1, and that's my turn.
Nice. So displacement, the thing that gives you what, a +5 to range?
+5 versus range, +2 versus melee. They make a perception check to start next turn if they miss.
Perfect. All right, Drake, that is your turn.
Yep.
Let's. 1 second.
This music is catchy.
I'm glad you like it. Mr. McLeod does a lot of good stuff.
He
Indeed.
does.
All right. After you do hear some more commotion and whatnot from the hall, but you do not see anyone move. You can't hear them coming though, or you can't hear basically people taking up positions and whatnot. Back up to the top of the round, Tack. It is your turn.
All
You're in
right.
a hallway that ends with a double set of locked doors.
Yep, just got locked. So I'm going to turn around and run the other direction.
Sorry.
I think there is 10 or 20 away from there. Alright. 8, 10, and then 10. Yep. And guard up as a minor. That's
Got it. So Drake, behind you, you can sense the presence of your formidable friend as he takes up your 6 o'clock, backing you up. Dikiri.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, I'm gonna join Drake here and guard up.
Excellent. All right. 15 initiative. That's it. All right, Cassie, your turn. You are sitting at a door with your flash grenade primed.
And it did not open. All right. I'll quickly ask, Jugal, are you able to lock this door?
If it's gonna lock, yes.
Then I will. I guess I'll turn my back on this door. I'm going to heal myself.
Okay.
Roll to see if
So,
that works.
Using your action to stow the grenade that you had primed in your minor action, I should say. Right, because you only have so many hands. You have guns, you have your Karakesh, and you have your grenade.
My
So I'm
Karakesh
guessing-
is on my hand, though?
Okay.
Like, isn't it just always on my hand?
Oh, I guess it is. Yeah, you're right. I'm drunk. Never mind.
Okay. All right. I was like, isn't
I
that how
forgot.
this works?
It's a
If
hand,
it's not how
it's a
it
glove.
works,
It's
then-
like a glove. Yeah, I'm drunk.
Yeah, okay, thank you. So I will go ahead and spend I think 2 points to go ahead and heal myself for 2d6. Oh, very good. I heal 7 hit points. Not the greatest, but it's better. But yeah, okay.
It's pretty good.
It's very
Pretty
good. I'm almost back to where I started.
So you can hear the clink, clink, clink as some of the pellets that had embedded themselves in the surface of your skin push their way out and start to hit the floor.
And then, with my minor, I will move. What do I have? 12 meters of movement. I'll step in here because this looks like it's pretty secure for me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what
So
I'll do. Just kind of step inside here.
All right, so you step in and you can see the area that is revealed to you, though you could see it a little bit before. It appears to be what used to be like a large cafeteria, although you can tell that it has actually recently been used.
Okay.
Like you can see a carafe with coffee brewing on one of the countertops.
Oh.
Drugel.
Alrighty, so I want to lock every door in this place except for the one at the very top and the left-hand side. I'm pinging it if you can see that.
Okay.
So any door that has locks
Right.
in this hallway, except for the one we came down the stairs from outside.
I'll say it'd take a couple turns to get every single one of them. I'll say you could probably get 3 on this turn.
Is there that many doors? That's a lot of doors. I
I
just assumed there were 3 doors. The one
Oh no,
used
there's
to
a
be
lot
in
of,
front
there's several doors.
Oh Christ. Okay, so I will start systematically closing doors from behind us
Okay.
towards, and then, as I said, leave the you know which one I'm leaving unlocked.
Yeah, I saw the one that you pinged. Okay, so
Yeah.
you use your major action. You just start basically going through, because you're like hunting and pecking. It's not super intuitive, but you're overriding them, and you can hear the click, 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 kind of working its way down the hallway, buttoning it up behind you as your
Perfect.
major
Yeah, I
action.
can't tell where the doors are on the screen. It's not super clear, so don't worry
Sorry.
about it. I'm just trying to make sure that you know what I'm doing.
Perfect.
That's
No,
my
that
turn.
makes perfect sense to me. All right, Drugel. Drake, it is your turn.
Without an enemy in front of me, I will wait around the corner there and use my readying thing to swing at the enemy, the first enemy that comes around the corner.
Got it. Would you charge, or would you just swing if they get in range of you? Just making sure.
If I can ready a charge, sure, I'll do that.
I don't see why not. If a shot or a major action, you'd think that you could just do it.
Sure. Then
Sure.
that's what I will do.
Can I retroactively have also yelled out, I'm locking most of the doors, all but one of the doors?
Yeah.
Okay.
You could say that easily through your comm, so you hear Drugel's raspy
Oh.
voice.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. Perfect.
Um,
Alrighty.
Yeah, that's my turn.
Alrighty.
Actually, sorry, I'm not gonna ready a charge. That's way too out there. That's my turn. I will just ready to swing.
Alrighty. I will say, after a couple of beats of movement, you can see a Sarakan, one of those reptilian creatures, lean around the corner. He is holding what appears to be an assault rifle in his hands. He says, "We've got contacts. They're in the East Hall." And he is going to try to take a shot at you, but you have good cover. Like this is a Hail Mary. You're getting a big bonus. Yeah, that a 10, 15, 14 doesn't make it with all your bonuses. So he basically takes a shot at you, and a combination of the confounding corner and your displacement, it goes nowhere near you. Let me see. You can hear Drugel, the door to behind you. You can hear click, 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 as somebody is trying to open the locked door at the end of the hallway where you are. But they are confounded by the locked door.
Okie dokie.
Back up to the top of the initiative. Tack.
All right, so at the end of the hallway that we're at, so right where I'm pinging, is that another locked door, or is that one an open door, or
I will
can we
reveal
see
it to
further
you,
down?
since I'm
Oh,
sure that people at home can't really see all this.
Yeah.
At the very end of the hallway, you can see there is a door which you would have recognized from the wireframes that that Drugel pulled up earlier as leading to the outside near the motor pool.
Got it. Okay. I didn't know if that was a longer hallway or another door there. All right. Perfect. I am going to. Yeah, we're gonna just run again. So 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we'll just go there. Yeah, there. And
All right.
then guard up.
You can see as you start to move your way down this hallway, there's a Sarakan leaning around the corner with an assault rifle pointed in your direction. But
And
you
I'll just
can
like put my shield up in front of my face as I start shield
advancing.
falling down the hallway.
Got it. Dakiri, you're up.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Moving here, taking a shot at the Shuraken.
Alrighty.
Did that door open on me, or?
It's open right now. You can see what appears to be a motor pool with a few vehicles in it.
Oh. Distractions. 8, 9, 15.
15 hits.
What did I need to do? Non-lethal? Oh God. 17 plus 3, that's 20.
Damage.
Yes.
I would say that you if you're wanting to do non-lethal, you wouldn't be able to do it with a shot. You could take a lethal blow if you wanted. His face is kind of peeked around.
I'll just
I mean,
remind you, Cassie said, do what you need to do to survive.
Okay, yeah, and they shot at us, so yeah, I'm shooting normally.
Your needler round catches him square in the forehead, and you can see a pink mist behind him as he goes down. You can hear basically shouts of surprise from behind him.
But no explosion, so there's that.
Excellent.
That's
All right.
it for me.
Takiri, you're up. All right, Cassie, your
down.
turn.
Okay. Well. So. I see an empty mess hall. Do I see any, I just want to be sure I'm not going to get snuck up on.
There's no ingress
somewhere
from here.
No ingress
Like
from
this
here?
is
Okay.
this is like a known quantity. To your south is the edge of the building, and there's all the activities going on to the north of you.
Perfect. And then through here is just a solid wall, yeah? There's no through there? Okay.
Correct.
So I guess I will run. And I will hole up immediately around this corner, I think.
Perfect.
Because what's directly in front of Drake?
More hallway and a closed door at the end of it.
Closed, and do we know if that's locked?
It was not locked yet. It was
Okay.
one of the. Wait, no, she did lock the exterior door, so yes, it is locked.
That's an exterior door. Perfect.
Yes.
Okay. In that case, yep, I'm going to run up. I'll just, give Drake a I'm here kind of tap on the shoulder as I appear, as I run past, and press my back up on the wall. How hurt does anybody is anybody that I'm aware of? How hurt is Drake?
I think that you probably saw Drake get winged by some shotgun pellets in the narrow hallway.
Okay. And I saw Tack get hit too?
Nope.
No, Tack didn't get hit.
I got hit, but like my armor took the damage.
Perfect. All right. Okay. That's my entire turn because I ran, so.
Oh, okay. You were just assessing how damaged people were.
Yes.
Alrighty. Next up.
Moving forward, I'm trying to keep an eye on who might need healing soon.
Got it. Drugel, your turn. If you wanted to continue systematically locking doors. I'm asking, sorry.
Sorry, I was muted because I'm dumb, so I wasn't actually. I
good.
kept answering you.
Yes.
Yes,
is
I
the-
would like to systematically continue closing doors. Can I move at the same time, or is that
You can use your minder to move, yeah.
perfect? Then I will go ahead and move up to the next. Come on, keep up with me. The next hallway here. I think I can do that.
Let me see the. One
It's
second.
either it's either
Your speed is 10, right?
11.
11? Yeah, you can do that. You can get right
Okay,
there.
perfect.
You round up.
Then yeah, I'm just trying to keep up with the group so I don't get
So-
left behind in case they figure out how to open that door.
Thump, 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 thump. Your tripoded pseudopods hitting the grating below you as you continuously kind of look around and are systematically locking doors. You can see the door to your right on the mess hall. The light on it turns red as you are buttoning this building up behind you as you pass. Drake, it is your turn.
Cool. I sure hope I find something at the end of this hall. I'm gonna use my action to run. So and then 22 more. Because I can't seem to find enemies. I move here. What do I see?
1 second.
Okay, great.
Found him.
Oh no.
I will use my minor to guard up. That is my turn. No, fuck it. Not guard up. Aim. That's my turn.
Got it.
Is it a minor or a full action to throw a flashbang?
It's a major.
Major.
That's my
okay.
turn.
Got it. And the effects of your displacement are still up.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Alrighty. Drake, at the end of your turn, several heads whip around the corner to look at you as you squarely come running around this corner. Next up in initiative is actually you see that a very tall black plumage Kigyar-looking figure with very piercing golden eyes and a large curved beak looks at you. In their hand, they are clutching what appears to be a. Let me make sure I have that right. They are holding what appears to be a Green Covenant carbine. You know that these bullets shoot kind of these green irradiated projectiles. It's kind of like a blaster rifle. And it is going to, on its initiative, which is right after you, is going to make a shot at you. That is a... that would be a total of an 18 to the attack.
Hits.
Okay. Even... Oh, because you didn't guard up, you aimed. Right? Yeah.
Correct.
Got it. That is 8 points of damage.
Okay.
As this green irradiated bolt goes flying past your face. I would say then, looking at the initiative, the human behind him with a pistol is going to take a shot at you. Rolls 3 1s, super stunts. So a bullet goes flying wide, and then he is going to use his minor action to 5, 10, 15. And then you see this half Sarakan cyborg with a shotgun, and he says, "We need to get Shrey out of here."
Oh. Oh.
Yep. And that is their turns. On the Shraken with the shotgun's turn, he is going to, I guess he is going to, damn, he would move up and try to make a shot at you. He is going to move up in front of this doorway here, this closed door, and he's going to make one shot at you.
Does it attack the Kigyar as well, or is it the spreading thing optional?
The spreading thing, I'm going to say he's making a single shot at you because he's trying not to hurt his friends. So he basically flipped a selector switch on it, and you can see like it's doing a choke thing. So it doesn't get the spreading thing, so your full effect of your, what do you call it? Your displacement is in effect.
Okay.
That is a 6, 7, 8, 12 to hit.
It misses.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So you can see this funneled group of shot goes flying over your shoulder and puts a large, you hear the bring as a large amount of paint flies off the wall behind you. That is his turn. Tack, you're up.
All right, I will move up to there, and then I will charge, barreling around the corner and smack the Gigyar.
Go for it.
Big money. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 13, 14, because I move 4 meters.
14, you said?
14.
That hits.
All right. And then I have 2 stunt points. Dang it, where did that go? And so I will, yeah, Drake's within 5 meters of me, so I'm gonna Guardian Angel for 2.
Okay. What does Guardian Angel do?
Basically, if he takes damage before my next turn, 1 point per SP spent transfers to me instead, but I have a talent, so it's 2 points per it's 1 point per SP spent plus 2 on top of that.
Got
so
it.
I'll soak 4 of his damage that he takes if he gets hit.
Nice. And what was your damage?
Damage is 2, 3, 8. And he's pushed 2 meters back. And I'll just move him straight back to there.
Got it. You swing into him, and you can tell that you can see now that as you have got close to him that he is wearing this kind of segmented light body armor. Your hammer smacks into it on his chest, and he takes a couple of steps back, but he is still up, and seemingly not. He took the hit, but you can tell that the armor absorbed some of the blow. Dekiri, you're up.
All right. I'm moving here down the end of the hallway and taking a shot at the Kigyar.
Got it.
$19.
19, that hits.
14 plus 3, 17 damage.
Nice. A purple, one of those pink needler rifles passes clean through its bicep. You can see that it squawks at you and looks angrily in your direction. It is still up, but you took some of its plumage off. Next up, Cassie.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Whew, sorry. I am a long way from the actual action. Trying to figure out my best route.
FYI, I chased the Kigyar is 2 meters to the right because I pushed it.
Like that?
Back, like away from me. Perfect. Yep.
You didn't cast him aside there? Line them all up?
So,
Came around the corner.
No.
Straight on.
What are you doing, Cassie?
quick question. If I
Yeah.
move to here, would I be able to, because this corner is sort of like angled, would I be able to kind of like
There's no
throw my-
angle that you.
okay,
Oh, I mean, you could throw a flashbang and
throw
try
my
to bounce
flashbang
it.
and try to bounce it down the hallway?
You're right. You just know that the risk is if you don't throw it well, if you don't toss it well, that's like a reflecting shot. You might blind your friends.
Yeah, alright.
Oh no, I'm blinded.
Yeah, I know, that's not actually going to affect attack. I'm gonna try it.
All right, throw me. It's
I'm
an
gonna
accuracy
move-
throwing test.
Here. 1 second, just moving myself. Accuracy. Cool. Alright, let's see. Okay. I'm going to spend 2 fortune, force a stunt. if there is a combat stunt with 3 that fits for this,
What are
please
you
let
gonna
me
use?
know.
I don't know which one you would want to choose.
Shock and awe. No, I guess lightning attack.
Okay. So you're gonna make another shot, but you can't see anyone. So.
What do you mean? I can see Drake.
Oh, so
You mean I have to see an enemy?
yeah, I think that's the wording of lightning attack. You make another attack.
Lightning
My bad.
You're confusing lightning attack with double team.
That's true. I am. I am. Lightning attack is I make a second attack. I will go with. I'll go with
If you have any HP left, you could use adrenaline rush. Give yourself some points back.
I could. How about I'll do double team with well, I guess it would be with Tack or Drake.
There's no double team opportunity.
That's true. I will.
Oh, actually, double team has to be within the sight of the allies' attack, not of yours.
We're not in range.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah,
Well, then-
it's melee.
You could double team with
Oh!
Dakiri.
Isn't Dakiri like ducked around the corner though?
you can see. You could. I'm telling you now, if you want to use double team with Dakiri, go for it.
I'll do it. Double team with Dakiri, and I'll spend 1 point to gain a fortune back for myself.
Thank you.
Nice.
My total for throwing the thing, because you probably need to know that,
Yes.
is
Because yeah, I guess it doesn't matter if the
14.
stunt fails. 14. Yeah, I would say you're able to get it. Let me do one thing really quick. I'll say the grenade lands right here. So it is able
Where?
to affect, sorry, it lands right here, so it does not, I'll put it here. So Drake is just out of the edge of it. It's able to affect these 2 guys right here.
okay. Good enough.
The Tavoan rolls almost maximum on his save. Half Serac and Cyborg fails it with a 12.
Okay.
Do I need to roll a save at all? 'Cause
I'll say
there's
since you have
like
the
a
blind
sound
sight thing,
aspect
you're fine.
to it? Okay.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. Roll me a tolerance test.
The Constitution.
Constitution tolerance.
Yeah. Of course. 10, because I rolled almost minimum.
All right. You take the deafen condition for 2 turns,
Cool.
meaning also that your like whole blind sight thing doesn't work right now.
Got it. So I'm
But
still effectively blinded then?
But you can see, like you see through more than just the vibrations, is what we
Okay.
talked about. So you just can't like sense through smoke, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Ignore
yeah.
concealment.
Okay. Yep. Perfect.
All right, so there's kind of like a ringing in all of you as this grenade goes off, and you can see the Sarakin with the shotgun seems to be stumbling around. All right, I guess Dakiri, your lightning shot.
So is it -1 because I'm behind cover?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a 15.
Who are you shooting at?
Oh, sorry, the Kikyar.
That hits.
That's a lot of damage. 18.
You're a monster.
I just
Strong.
rolled a 663, and that's +3.
Got it. Yeah, he goes down. So you put one of those pink bolts through his chest. He clutches it, and it pops. And you can see a softball-sized hole open up as he crumbles to the ground. Alrighty, that is Cassie's turn. Droogle.
Okay. How many more doors are there to close that people could be coming out of?
I mean, there's like on the map there are a lot of doors on the main ones. I would say you've gotten everything behind you. If you keep locking doors at this point, you're going to start locking the doors like up here where people are actively at. If that makes
Coming
sense.
out of. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm just going to run and double my speed so I can catch up with everyone else.
Okay, I'll let you move yourself.
Yeah, so I think that's 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
Yep.
I will come up here next to Cassie.
Thump, 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 thump.
Yeah.
Running up. Drake. You see the Tavoan in front of you go down. The Sirakan, you can see his eyes are wide and staring.
When they said we got to get Shrey out of here, are they taking a defensive posture in front of that door?
The one that he moved in front of, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I am going to use my miner to go up here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. There's a wall in front of me.
Yeah, so right to the north of you is a wall. He is standing in front of a closed door.
I'm gonna attack him.
Go for it. He is effectively, he's got the blinded condition right now.
I cannot spend fortune. I'm too injured. Oh, he's blinded. I don't know what that means, but 6, 10, 14. 18 to hit.
That hits.
Yeah. 7 points of armor piercing damage. God damn. I haven't stunted in a million years.
It's a million years ago. That was in the past.
Let the
How many
past
points of
die.
damage?
7 points of armor piercing damage.
Your lightsaber comes up and you can see it cuts a large rivulet through the front of him. You can see the glowing of the subcutaneous body armor. He is up and he lets out a startled shout as the plasma blade bites into him.
You know
He is
what?
Still up.
Yeah, I am gonna spend. Fuck it. I'm spending 4 fortune to force a stunt.
Okay.
Gives me 4 stunt points. I'm gonna actually use 2 of them to buy back with adrenaline.
Yeah.
And then I am going to use double team with Takiri.
Got it.
Target the guy in front of me that I just attacked.
Got it. So you bring the lightsaber up his front, and then you
And then
kinda,
I
like,
duck-
drop.
I duck.
Yes. You and I-
I do this. I literally do the splits.
Yes.
I'm doing this as I do it. Dodging everything.
Yes.
That's 11 plus 6, so 17.
That hits.
Oh god. 16 damage.
Yeah.
You just basically unload like half of the quiver into him as Drake drops, and you can see he goes back and this pink mist as it erupts out of his chest.
And
Pieces
then
of metal go
sorry.
flying.
And then
Yeah.
I bring myself up and look at the guy, and I say over comms, "Shrey is in the room north of me. We have to get Shrey." My turn.
Got it.
Roger
Alrighty.
that.
Next up on the initiative. Let me check one thing. All right. So the human with the pistol here at the end of the hallway who like sees you says, he basically is shouting, "Fuck! We need backup! We need backup now!" Like shouting behind him, and then he brings this just large pistol up at you, Drake. Your flitting form, almost not even there on the chat, and takes a shot at Drake. Oh Jesus! Hey Drake.
Yeah.
The thug with the magnum in front of you took a shot at you and
Yes,
got
I
a 12, 16, 17 to hit. That's a single shot though.
Yes. Is he blind? No, that
No.
didn't hit him. That does hit. Yes, that does hit.
Okay. Are you going to do anything to try to block it or no?
No, God, I can't make that shot. Nope. Because it's with my force, it's not with my fighting.
Got it. Well, he only does 4 points of damage to you.
I soak 4 points of damage from Guardian Angel since I haven't gone yet.
Got it.
That's right.
And that eats into my toughness, which is negated.
Got it. So basically, he takes a shot at you, and and
finally some dynamics.
So good.
Hits tack instead, and just tack. All right. And with his minor action, you can see him. He thumbs the control panel behind him, seemingly forgetting his mission to try to save Shrey. In the room behind him, you can hear shouts and screams as it is revealed to you a little bit more. You can see. You can see a couple of guys, one with an SMG and one with a blaster rifle, and you can see several of what appear to be civilians in very simple, basically white paper tunics, and you can see a lot of what appears to be kind of foreign medical equipment with test tubes and beakers and hoses and whatnot. You can see just what appears to be, it's almost like a distillery of some point. As he steps back and the door does the shink and closes in front of him. Actually, no, it doesn't. It stays open. And he is going to use the rest of his movement to move back into the room. All right. That is his turn. Back up to the top of the initiative, tack.
All right. We are going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then I know he's around the corner, so could I charge there?
Sure.
Okay. And then I will charge and take a swing at him.
Yeah, as long as charge doesn't require you to see him,
It doesn't. It's literally just move half and make an attack.
Wonderful.
It's super liberal.
I love it.
Yeah.
Just like me, super liberal.
Hyper higher numbers, 6, 7, 8.
Uber liberal.
Thank you. I was unmuting myself.
15.
15, that hits.
Perfect. I didn't stun, so no extra stuff there. But he will take 8 points of damage, and I am moving him 2 meters further north around the corner. And
as you run up,
taking a defensive position up in the door.
Perfect. You basically uppercut golf swing your hammer into his face, and you can hear this snap as his head flies back, and he is flung off of his feet and lands in a wet thump 6 meters away.
A wet thump.
He's sleeping.
I don't think he's alive.
He's just sleeping. He's all tuckered out.
He really is.
You murder him. You fucking decapitate.
You overfed that man.
Yeah.
Overfed these men.
Oh, Mr. Fishy.
No.
All right. Going back to this
overfed these men.
attack. Dakiri with a 16. You're up.
I heard Drake say, was the room north of him?
Yeah. So you see a door right in front of him.
That's where Shrey was. They were taking a defensive posture in front of that door. Oh, Sean's gone.
No, I'm here. I'm sorry.
Oh my God, you were so still.
Yeah.
He sometimes has a reasonable facsimile of life, but beyond that.
So I'm gonna move here and just ready my action for when Drake presumably goes in.
So running up and readying this large, long purple rifle, which you guys have seen used to devastating effect, aiming it at the closed door.
Oh boy.
Next
oh boy.
up, human with a magnum is down. Cassie, you're up.
Ooh, it me. All right, I'm gonna run up and heal Drake.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna see if I can make it work. Handily, I stunt. 6 stunt points.
I am fucked up, by the way.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna spend my stunt points. I will spend, let's see, Dakiri, let's see, 1 second. If I want to split power. Dakiri, have you been hit?
No.
No, okay, I didn't think so. I will use imposing power,
Nice.
and I will use mighty power. So that will be a total of 6 stunt points. Let me resolve my healing first. So I'm gonna spend 3 power points, but I will be rolling 4d6
Nice.
to heal. Well, I rolled a lot of crap, but I rolled a lot of dice, so 1 did well, but everything else is, yeah, it's alright. I did a total of 12.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So bring up an,
3 of those were 2s, though, so.
I'm back at normal
Oh, good.
Ah,
Okay.
nice.
because I took that in. Yep.
The,
And then imposing
Oh,
power.
No, yeah, just back at normal.
Basically, I have an aura now of. I guess what happens is my eyes flash in Goa'uld/Tok'ra fashion, and I will sort of speak in that modified voice and say, "Everyone, clear out."
Perfect.
Basically trying to elevate my voice so that all of the civilians in there hopefully will try to get to a place of safety.
You can see them like like some of them scream and like are cowering behind tables and stuff. None of them appear to be armed.
But until the beginning of my next turn, anyone attempting a melee attack against me will need to make a courage test.
Got it.
That's my turn.
Perfect. All right. I know that Droogle is actually up next, but I did forget one thing. The guys in the room had readied actions for when somebody entered, so I'm going to resolve that really quick. It should have happened when Tack first entered. I'm just going to do it now before I forget.
Before.
So the dude with the SMG is going to first basically open up so you can hear "Trrrr" as this like little pistol-sized fully automatic gun goes off. That is a 14 to hit you.
Exactly.
That hits you, you said?
Yeah, my defense is 14.
Take 7 points of damage from the SMG.
Does it armor pierce?
Nope.
Then 0 points of damage from the SMG.
Nice.
So you feel as your side is somewhat exposed, these small caliber rounds marching their way up your armored form, but don't seem to do. You feel them, but it's like a gnat to you. Next up, the dude with the blaster rifle also is going to unload on you. That's not going to hit, and he is forced to roll a reload. Does not force a reload. And then the guy with the pistol, kind of to the south of that room, brings it up and just starts unloading it on you in a panicked fashion. That's another 14 to hit.
All right.
That's 7 more points of damage.
Nope.
So just it's like you can just see these shots. It's kind of like that scene from V for Vendetta as these bullets and plasma bolts are streaming and just kind of flowing into your friend's armored form, but he still stands. All right, Droogle, you're up.
Okay. So, can I see if the door that Drake wants to go into is locked?
You
if
pull it up.
there's-
It is currently locked from the inside.
Okay. And is it like a mechanical lock or electric like everything else?
Electric like everything else.
Okay. And then I would unlock it.
So, ding! You see the light on the front of the door turns green.
And then can I still move?
Yeah, it was your minor.
Okay. So is this a hallway or a door?
That's a door. Let me reveal
Okay.
it to you. It's a closed door right now.
No problem. It can stay a closed door. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm going to pull up right there. I think I can get that far.
Perfect. So you kind of thump, 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 and you go out and you can see
Yeah.
this large armored truck with bulky anti-grav generators at the bottom that you kind of crouch behind.
Perfect.
All right.
That's
Next
my
up.
turn.
Thank you very much, Droogle. Next up in the initiative, Drake.
I see that the light is green and I'm going in.
All right. I actually don't want to know what kind of action it takes to open a door. I'm not going to make you use a whole minor action to open it because that seems dumb to me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say you can do it as you move through the door. So you go up and you hit the button on this door. As it slides open, this bitter cold chill starts to flow out through. You can identify or you recognize this as some type of psyops ability, as the room is filled with a bitter cold.
It is on.
All right.
I need vision.
Yeah. 1 second. I need you, Drake, to make me a Constitution stamina test.
Okay. A million. 17.
Got it. Huh, that's interesting. Versus force.
Wish that was my attack.
All right, so you feel this bitter cold start to set into you, but you kind of strengthen and resolve away from it. Your vision is obscured, but like through it, you can kind of see this form. You can hear, "You'll never take me alive," coming from the cold of the room, piercing through the icy fog. You can see two brilliant, glowing blue points that you recognize to be eyes.
Okay, folks. So is the map getting revealed or not?
Oh, sorry about that.
Thanks.
All you
Did
can
that-
see is
You know what?
eyes. It's just two blue dots.
Did that voice sound modulated in the same way mine just was?
No.
Okay. I thought with the glowing eyes and everything, maybe.
Oh man, Torque source user, that would be just.
Yeah,
I
it's
will-
usually not a thing.
I will say, Shrey is a sorcerer, and I will come on in.
All right. You step in and you realize the floor beneath you feels slick as a sheet of ice.
Oh,
I need you to make me, as you step onto this area, a dexterity acrobatics test.
Okay. 12, 14, 15.
That makes it. So you feel like your feet slipping underneath you, but almost like a force of nature, you continue to like slowly march forward, the ice crunching below your feet as you bring yourself closer to her. You're in base-to-base contact.
I breathe very heavily, and I say, I was made to hunt your kind. And then I will attack. There we are, folks. 6, 6, 12, 7, 18 to hit, and I stunned it.
Oh!
Nice.
Oh, jeez.
Finally. Fuck me. 3 stout points. I will use lightning attack, so let me resolve the damage. 6, 8, 10 points of armor piercing damage.
Alrighty.
And then my second attack from lightning attack. They seem to. Does that? Oh, 22 to hit.
That hits. My God.
Jesus! Finally, my dice go hot. 7 points of
Yes.
armor piercing damage.
So you slash. You can see now that you've kind of gotten into the fog. Her form still somewhat obscured. She's wearing these very nice black, like almost like a business uniform, and she like lithely dodges around your shots as you're swinging at her. Just to describe, so you're not like cutting into her with a lightsaber, but she's barely avoiding it. And you're searing through her clothes as she tries to get out of your way. And she like opens. You can see now that she is a Ferengi. With her heavy lobed brow and large ears, and she bears her like sharp bat-like teeth.
The fucking worst. That's my whole turn.
All right, that is Drake's turn.
Dakiri, you're ready to action?
So no, I was waiting for a stun because I had to run in order to get to that position.
Oh, okay.
Got it. All right, Drake, that was your turn. On a 13 on the initiative, it is Shrey's turn. Shrey is going to reach out, and you can see that the cold in front of her coalesces and fires forward at you. Yeah, she makes it. I need you to make me another Constitution stamina test.
All right, folks. It's getting real. 6, 9, 10, 11. 13. Constitution? Yeah, 13.
Gotcha. I would say that does not make it.
Okay.
You take 1 point of penetrating damage from the cold,
Ow!
and you have a -2 penalty to your speed.
Okay.
So you can feel this cold start to set into you, and then she, with her minor action, oh, she can't move through you. There is a door to the back, 1, 2, and she starts to go in, tries to go into it, and she finds it to be locked behind her.
Nice.
Sorry. Drugo appears on the side view, the little panel.
You can see her turn her brilliant glowing blue eyes wide with panic as she finds her trapped in the room with you.
That's right.
All right, next up, in the room with all of the civilians, is the 3 thugs' turns, and they are going to continue basically laying fire in on you, Tack.
They can certainly try.
First one misses you, the one with the SMG. So he basically is just peppering the area ahead of you. You can see some of the medical equipment on the table between him and you starts to explode, like glass bottles and stuff flying, and fluid is going everywhere as he unloads with this machine gun at you, just trying to get a bead. The one with the blaster rifle does make it with like a 17 to hit.
Yeah.
The blaster
Oh.
rifle does
Oh no.
9 points of armor piercing damage.
So it completely ignores toughness?
No, it just ignores 2 points.
2 points? Okay. So that's 1, 2. So 4 points of damage.
Got it. And then the human thug with the pistol is going to go here, take a shot at you from behind cover. He will not hit you. So the shot just hits your shield as you bring it up. Yeah, that is those humans' turns. Back up to the top of the initiative is Tack. Your turn. As I pet this kitty. Yeah.
I don't think I can get close enough to any of them.
Can you move and then charge?
I think I can. I might be able. I can't charge the 2 on the far side. I might be able to get to the pistol guy. No, I don't think I can get to any of them. Yeah, they're just too far away. I will move further into the room.
You have a shotgun, don't you?
I do. What's it to take it out, though? Like, that's just a minor to take it out, right?
Yeah, just letting you know.
Okay. Yeah, so, you know what? I will do that.
I'm just letting you know. I'm not telling you to do it. I'm just telling you have a shotgun at your disposal.
Yeah, so I'll take a couple steps into the room, and then I will pull out my shotgun as
Right.
my minor.
Okay, so you're not going to attack with it. You're going to step further into the room and then pull it out.
Yes.
Okay. That is Tack's turn. Next up, Ikiri.
Do I have a shot on Trey from where I'm at?
I'd say with cover, if you took a... Yes, you do. You can take it because you have tactical awareness. You can take a step to your left and just take a shot at her.
Yeah, just determine if I did to spend my movement or not.
I would say that she has concealment from the fog. Just letting you know. Her
Okay, so-
form is somewhat obscured.
So that's 11 plus 6, 17. I don't know what the concealment does.
That's enough to hit her.
Okay, that is a stunt for 5 points. And I think I'll use called shot, which makes my shot penetrating.
Got it.
Oh boy, we're gonna kill her, aren't we?
I didn't roll too high on damage, so 9.
All right, 9 points of damage. Penetrating.
Yes.
Got it.
And I'm gonna, with my remaining points, I'll just add momentum then. So 3 to the initiative.
Got it. You bump up
Nice.
3 in the initiative.
Yep.
That would take you up basically to the top of the initiative.
Nice.
Got it.
And then I will complete my movement over here just so that she doesn't have a shot on me.
Got it. Cassie, it's your turn.
Okay. Yeah, so Cassie is going to, I guess, step around this corner.
Yep.
Kind of try to get a bead on where Shrey is and take a shot with the Zat, I think.
Alrighty. She has concealment from the fog.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how this goes.
Hey, kitty. That's the table. Nope. Yep. Nope. That's my. Nope. Get away. Get off. Sorry. Love you.
She's so cute.
She was trying to lay on the thing with all the HP.
Yeah,
in
that's-
the initiative.
She sure will do that.
What's the attack?
I'm doing math, sorry. And trying to figure out if I want to spend fortune. Yeah, the total attack is not great.
What are you doing?
I'll bump it. I'll spend some fortune.
There you go. Do it.
I'll spend 4 fortune so that I end up with a stunt. I had a stunt to begin with, but we're just gonna
All right.
switch it.
What's your total attack roll?
That becomes. That becomes 14.
That hits.
Okay. I have
That hits exactly.
perfect. How hurt do I think she looks?
Well, she hasn't been taking hits. Like, she looks panicked, wild-eyed, like she's a cornered animal.
I'm more asking, does knockout seem to be a thing to use at this point, or does she not
Yes.
seem? I'll use knockout as for my 4 stunt points.
All right.
My Zat does a total of 7 piercing damage.
You don't even, honestly, you don't even have to use knockout.
Okay.
With the 7 piercing damage, you step around the corner and you fire this electric bolt of electricity. It hits her square in the chest. She lets out this feral scream
Ooh.
and then falls to the ground.
Okay. Well, then instead of using knockout, I will use I'll use lightning attack, and I guess I'll turn and do I have range to hit the human thug with the blaster rifle that I can see down the hall?
I think the max range on a pistol is like
I don't actually
75
know,
meters.
so.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, all right. I'll take I'll use 3 points for lightning attack, and I will try to hit the human thug.
All right.
With my Zat. Okay.
That electric sound.
Can't stunt on a stunt, but I do have a total of 13.
That hits.
Cool.
Can't stunt, won't stunt.
That's right. 4 points of piercing damage with my Zat.
Your Zat catches this guy, catches him in the shoulder. He spins around and is knocked unconscious.
Cool. If I need to, I will use my remaining movement to take cover somewhere. But
You
if I
think it
don't need
might
to,
be-
then I'm fine.
Right. You could probably do it to that room to the south. I mean, there are people with guns in the next room over that you just fired into.
Is
If
I
you're
mean,
thinking
is this
tactically.
open down here?
Yeah.
Can I can't see into it because.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I
It's
didn't know.
covered.
Yeah.
Yep. Boop. There you go.
Yeah. Okay. I'll just, press my back up to the wall there and I'm good.
Got it. Cassie, that was your turn. Droogle, you're up.
All right. So, did we get what we came for?
Oh yeah.
She's
Okay.
down. I say over the comms.
Okay. Then I'm gonna start up this armored truck.
So Droogle kind of clambers over up through the back open berth. You can see several containers. Yeah, you can see several closed containers in it as you kind of get up and just like the throaty sound of its hydrogen fusion engine comes on as it slowly lifts up off the ground with strong anti-grav generators.
Then yeah, I'm gonna. So I went ahead and started the truck, I guess, and then I moved. My next turn, I will ready closing the appropriate doors and opening the one in front of me.
Perfect.
So that'll be next turn.
Excellent. Thank you, Droogle. Drake, you're up. Shrey goes down with a feral scream in front of you. The cold, which was biting into you, starts to subside.
I will use my minor to move on out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. End up next attack. I'll stay here. With my lightsaber, I'm gonna kind of look around and be like, civilians, abandon the premises. This is a police action by Oni. I'll shout out into the room. And then I will use my action to run up to the human thug, I guess.
Got
go
it.
this way. Yeah, but yeah.
So you do exactly that. People are shouting and screaming as you say this. Next up on the initiative is actually, I'd say it's tied. The civilians start to run and stream out the only open door that there is.
Oh, jeez.
In a panic.
Maybe locked all the doors, so.
Stampede.
I don't.
Next turn.
We just need him out of the meth room.
It's
Right.
fine. This is actually fine.
Yeah, this is
Because we know the
Sorry,
way behind us
catalyst
is
room.
clear.
transport.
Yeah, catalyst room. You can see one of them is an Ungoy.
Brother, Bapcap.
Oh, thank God they're out of there. Okay.
Yeah.
Good,
Like
good, good.
they were basically pushing and streaming past you. Takiri, you press yourself up against the bulkhead not to be stampeded by this run. The thug with the SMG is going to take a step back and he's going to try to, light you up with this thing. This does not have the spreading thing. It's just an auto fire attack. 6, 12, 13, 14 hit.
Who are you attacking? I'm sorry.
Sorry, you, Drake.
That one missed.
Got it. So the Sarakan thug with the SMG steps back and starts just to with his auto fire. He has to roll for reload, which he makes. They've rolled a 1 on every single time I've done that. You can see like he's firing at the figment that still kind of haunts and flits around you. He's wide-eyed in panic now. The other one with a pistol tries to run, goes down to this locked door and is like thudding on it. He turns around like with his back pressed against it, trying to run. He throws his pistol down on the ground. All right. Top up to the initiative is Takiri.
I'm gonna bring Durzo's Hoopty Mobile online
Okay.
and get
Cool
it
thing.
closer to where I think this armored truck is gonna exit.
All right. Is your major action?
Yep.
Uh,
All right. Next up, Tack.
All right. Since he went around the corner, I will move up. 1, 2, 3. And then I will just do a run action to get closer. Actually,
Got it. You
And
see
just,
him
like-
like
keep him on there, basically down.
his hands are up and he starts to drop to his knees as you thud around the corner. His simple pistol, low caliber pistol, laying on the ground at your feet.
All right. And then over the comms, I'll say this one's surrendering.
Cassie, you're up.
Okay. So I know there's one left, I'm guessing.
Yep.
Do I know? I know that?
You have a clear line of sight to him. You peek around the corner, you see one unloading with an SMG at Drake.
Oh, I can see him. Perfect. Alright. I will, I guess, peek around the corner and take a shot.
Go for it with your zap.
Yep. $12.
12 hits.
Okay. 3 points of damage. No,
It's piercing.
4. Sorry, 4 piercing.
And then thug with SMG. So you fire, and one of these pulsing light electric bolts hits him, and his you can see it coursing through his skin and over his SMG as he fires several rounds into the ceiling and goes down in a heap.
Alright. And then over comms, I'll just say, Tack, you good? Can we grab Shrey and get out?
Yes.
Alrighty. So I will say the active combat has ended at this point. The civilians continue running, streaming through Droogle. You see out the side view mirror of your armored truck as they go sprinting up this ramp into the night. The one in front of you, you see them going out into the darkness. The human thug that is in there, that is pistol, he just lays down and puts his hands behind his head. Yeah, and that is the end of combat. Quickly, before we wrap up, what would you guys do with Shrey?
Bring her with us.
Okay.
Yeah. Take any precautions that we have at our disposal.
Restrain and then haul her to the APC.
Alrighty.
And then if there's any precautions that Drake is aware of that we should be taking.
I will. I say. I mean, bind her, gag her, but I mean, it's not like, and you can even blindfold her, but she's still gonna be able to use all of her source powers. Sight doesn't block us. It doesn't work like that. With it, if she's half as good as I am, she'll be able to use it all. Best as I can tell. But you should still take those precautions.
Is it reasonable that I'd carry sedatives and other medical equipment with me? Like, not extreme, but like in a first aid kit?
Let me think about that. I don't think that you... yeah, let me think about that in terms of, like, having sedatives. Yeah.
What I will say is, if someone wants to take like one of these arrangement things that they're using to make the chemicals with us, evidence and etc., that's fine. But then his intent is to destroy the rest of them before we.
Got it.
Perfect.
So sitting upon one of these tables, amongst like kind of dripping with some of the fluids and stuff that is shot off, you see this large apparatus with a series of like hoses that lead down, and you can see the humans were using them to fill the vials on several of these inhalers. There was an assembly line going, filling them with this sticky tar-like fluid. Drake, you're able to very easily reach up and pull one of them off. It's a stainless steel metal canister, probably about I would say 3.5 feet tall, probably weighs 25 pounds.
Perfect. And then once that's kind of out of the way, I will just in a absolute blinding rage to destroy this stuff.
So, similar to that scene in The Force Awakens, Drake just starts to go mad with his plasma saber. The caustic chemicals exploding into flame, lighting the tables on fire. You can hear the cat stop playing with the backdrop. Basically, after just a few moments, he is able to cut a bloody swath as a merry, choking black smoke starts to pour out of this room as the tables alight into flame.
And I will walk away from the caustic flames, lightsaber still ignited, breathing heavily, incredibly pissed off.
Got it. And with that, what was that?
So just before I forget, this is gonna sound dumb, but can I scan for life in the building?
No, not so much. You
Not
don't
at
have
the
any
moment.
you don't have any like sensor equipment for it, if that makes sense. You could like
And
send
the
a
building
drone
doesn't
through.
have it.
Right. Yeah,
That's fine.
it was like a ramshackle abandoned warehouse that they repurposed the basement.
Right.
So like the area where all the chemicals were, you could see like was a much newer construction with like clean white walls and airlocks and whatnot. But hey guys, I think that should be the end of the session.
Yeah.
Great
Yeah.
job.
Perfect.
You guys took down a sorcerer, dark side source user.
Boy, howdy, that gave me some. What was that fucking? The Pyramid of Shadow. They gave me some Pyramid of Shadow flashbacks. The
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully in a good way.
Especially with the cold and the
Yes,
ice.
actually.
That
Oh,
that
good.
definitely is what it
yeah.
made me think of too.
All right. So really quickly, we're going to thank you, Hunster. We had a great time. Thank you, everyone who's been tuned in so far. Tap
Hunster.
Dad Azamir,
Yeah.
I see you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
it's been awesome.
Guys, it's been great. So let's go ahead. Let's go around the table. We're going to go in reverse order. We're going to start with Liz. Let's say what our
Oh.
favorite thing of the evening was. Favorite moment of the evening.
Last chance to enter the giveaway, folks.
Yep.
That's
Yeah,
right.
make sure you enter the giveaway. All the civilians lived. We didn't kill a single civilian.
That's awesome. No, yeah, they were definitely they definitely created a target-rich environment. All right, next up, Rob.
I think the whole combat sequence where we just like surgically worked our way through the hall, like shutting everything behind us, was just
Nice.
fantastic.
Actually, yeah, that was a very
Felt,
inspired
like,
and
super tactical.
Yeah.
Droogle. Actually, I really appreciated that as you basically just buttoned up every door and hold as you went through. That was pretty inspired, and it was a really creative use of like the computer use skill. Like you weren't really firing your gun at all, but you were just going through and systematically. That was cool. Thank you for saying that, Rob.
Mhm.
Sean.
Yeah, I would say it would be the noise that you made for Durzo's ride, but that'd be a lie. So
The jalopy.
no, I'm gonna double down and say yeah, the nature of everyone having their role and moving through these hallways pretty systematically was pretty cool. It was fun.
Nice. Matthew.
Yeah, so yeah, I would say that this is a lot of fun. Now, I was a little frustrated having to run so much, like closing the distances, whatever. But my favorite moment was when the doors opened to Shrey's lair, really, and all the descriptions and the cold air, and her like I could picture like the blue eyes behind the light, mist and all that. I was like, oh, it is on. It is Thunderdome.
Nice. Thank you. And last but not least, Cassie.
So the way that Drake said Shrey's a sorcerer just kind of sent chills. I was like, oh.
Nice.
So I will just say probably that particular moment. Also, I was really happy to see that Dakiri finally got her drone.
Finally,
Spent some fortune on it.
forced.
That's right. Yeah.
That's awesome. Cool. Well, thank you. And let's see, my favorite moment. Oh yeah, I really liked this map. I really enjoyed the encounter and just the very. I felt like this was an instance in which the tactical approach in which you guys used paid off pretty well. And I think that I think overall I like how fast the combat can move too, even with a lot of people. I don't know if you guys noticed, I used minions in this battle.
Yes, I did notice
Yep.
that.
Yep. So I felt that was an appropriate challenge level.
That was nice.
Awesome. All right. Well, let's really quickly do the giveaway. See who's won a copy of the Expanse PDF for today.
And everyone who entered the giveaway is valid for the next large giveaway at the end of Cold Sun. So I
Yeah.
recorded you all down.
Ooh.
Don't forget to loot the bodies, says Hunster. And yeah, Hunster says you gotta sedate them too. Like we're taking notes for what to do at the beginning of
Yep.
the next session.
All right, so I'm going to close the giveaway and then draw. Psychotic Monk.
Yay! Psychotic Monk.
Hey,
Fuck.
actually,
Woo!
that's really appropriate because when Psychotic Monk won before, and you can win multiple times. They only won a companion book. So this is going to give them the core rule book to go,
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Nice.
guys.
Very cool.
And hey,
Oh my
guys.
god, what's happening?
Whoop.
Sorry.
And just to reiterate what Rob said, we're going to do a big giveaway where we're giving away, I think, like half a dozen products from Green Ronin, all produced by them. The core rule book for the Expanse and Modern Age, the companion book, GM's kit. You're all entered. So yeah. Any last minute announcements before we sign off for the evening?
We will raid at the end.
Oh yes, that's right. I always forget. I always get
It's
so
okay.
excited.
That's okay.
And as always, if you're enjoying tonight's stream, be sure to follow. If you're already following, consider subscribing. Thanks so much.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, and watch out! I'm gonna put out a rules light.
There it is.
Handwritten
Yeah.
by me.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
it looks
Trick or
really
treat,
cool.
right?
Yeah, and so it's called Trick or Treat, a spoopy Halloween rules light adventure. So watch. I'll post it here in our Discord, on my Twitter, and I'll find somewhere else to post it to so that you guys can see it. I also have a plain text of it, so if my handwriting is terrible, I typed everything out and easy for an like a screen reader.
Very thoughtful.
So we've got both accessible and, my terrible handwriting. So
Yeah, it's all good.
Yay.
Cool. Thanks, guys. We'll see y'all next week.
Stick
Thanks.
around for the raid.
Everyone.
Stick around for the raid. Yeah, we're gonna raid and we're gonna do the outro video, right?
Yeah, let's roll the outro video and then stick around and pass on some love in our raid. Bye,
Yeah.
folks.
Who are we reading?
Let's raid. I don't know. We'll figure it out during the video.
Thanks.
Bye.
Stick around, folks.